anyone see that? No. Does anyone care about that? No. All they see is an aggressive black girl talking.
Ambulance! Where the ambulance? Why the man body still right there? Ain't supposed to be laying there. Damn ambulance! Whoa, Black Betty. Ambulance! Whoa, Black Betty. Ambulance! Black Betty had a child. Ambulance! The damn thing gone wild. Ambulance! Said a word out of mine. Ambulance! The damn thing gone blind. Ambulance! Said, oh, Black Betty. Ambulance! Whoa, Black Betty. Ambulance! Ambulance! Where the ambulance? Why the man body still right there? Ain't supposed to be laying there. Damn ambulance!
Whoa, Black Betty.
Ambulance!
Whoa, Black Betty.
Ambulance! Black Betty had a child.
Ambulance.
Damn thing gone wild.
Ambulance.
Said a word out of mine.
Ambulance.
Damn thing gone blind.
Ambulance. Whoa, Black Betty. Ambulance.
Whoa, Black Betty. Ambulance!
Oh, what's good? What is good? Who's up tonight, man? I was not even supposed to be here. I don't even know why I'm here right now. I should be going to sleep, getting ready for work in the morning. But I guess I'm not responsible tonight. Shout out to everybody who's not being responsible tonight. We are up late. It's almost past my bedtime, but I said, fuck it. I just felt like running my mouth a little bit longer. God damn, these are some amazing niggas, bro. The most amazing discussions get had in and around Black YouTube. I noticed most of Black YouTube right now is focused on like just a bunch of like relationship babble. Not a lot of real unique content going on in the world of Black YouTube. The Sassy Man Apocalypse Part 2. All right, let's go over here to We Need to Talk. Let's go spy on the world of Black YouTube because everybody's a life coach now.
Aren't nearly as important as our heart.
Everybody's doing relationship
and
therapy.
then when it does get broken, it will break your heart. It gets broken, then we counter correct to put a fortress around it that's impenetrable. And what was it Goody Ma that says, I wonder if they put these walls up to keep crime out, keep us in. Right. So you don't put this fortress around that has no way to enter in it. Now you just locked it, put it under such a lock and key that
these niggas up here talking about love and putting the fortress around you. I'm going to harden my heart. I'm going to swallow my tears. This is an emotional night on Black YouTube, bro. What the fuck did I stumble into tonight?
you can't even access it.
Yep.
And that's not beneficial. Like that wasn't the point. It's for you to guard it to a point where you.
Yo, Nightish, bro. Listen. Nightish, what the fuck is up with your simping ass tonight, bro? Nightish, you want me to drop the link? Do we need to have a talk, bro? I will drop the link and you can share this out to your people. I think we need to have a talk, bro. What the fuck's going on with you, my nigga? You good, bro? Like, nigga, I mean, serious question. Like, you know, streamer to streamer, you good? I be wondering what the fuck is up with niggas, man. Listen, I'm gonna drop this link to Nightish. Cause he say he wanna talk, but I want to ask him, is he good, bro? Cause the nigga, you know, niggas be doing wild, extra, unnecessary, unordinary, unorthodox bullshit. You know, the people around here, you know, around this neck of the woods, bro, around these parts, we done got to calling you simpish. Now, I'm not saying it's right or nothing like that. I'm not saying this is the way things ought to be. I just hope you know, I think you ought to know that around this neck of the woods, folks done gone to calling you simpish, pawnish, checkerish, all kind of negative issues and isms and stuff. Nightish, bro. What's going on? Welcome to the show, bro, man.
How you doing, sir? What was
doing well.
Wild.
Why is it that when I talk about the nature of order between men and women, somehow you extrapolate that for whatever reasons? I'm not even going to insinuate. I'm going to start from scratch, from the ground zero. But for whatever reason, when I talk about the order of relationships between men and women, you somehow do a calculation that winds up in a homosexual relationship.
I'm not trying to wind up there. I just look at your numbers, and I'm not somebody that's telling you what to do. I'm not a person that came online to try to change who people are. But if you say 94 to 96% of women is hoes, and it's only that small percentage left, if you want to be with a woman, that's the group of women you have left, right?
Well, it's more like you can't have a long-term, productive, happy Cosby style relationship with a woman.
Can you have a long-term Cosby style relationship with the 5 or 4% that you said is left?
Yeah, that's the 5. That's what makes them the 5-4%.
Right.
That's
So
what we're delineating.
And the majority of men had a 4 or 5% is left.
The majority can't.
That's the average nigga. So I don't even aspire to get to 4 or 5%. They don't exist to me because they're on some other level.
Okay.
I would think that the 20% is aspiring to get the 4 or 5%, but they'll fuck all these other women because they're easy to get.
I think a lot of dudes are going to get sex from women in varying formats, whether it's a semi-relationship, a one-night stand, a situationship. I think those things will happen. I don't necessarily want to be pinned down to something like 5%, but I think in the general sense of comparing like the past to the present where we are right now, the idea that most men are going to pair off with like their high school sweetheart or the girl next door, and they're going to make a good 40, 50, 70-year run out of it. I think those people we're going to remember those people fondly when they're gone, because we're not going to be those people anymore.
So like when I'm having a conversation, I like to stay right where the conversation is. So let's stay right where the conversation is. The 80%, when they talk about the women, only want to mess with the 20. And then if you say that when it comes to the men, they only got 5. Yeah, so the 80-20.
No, let's stay 80-20. Let's stay 80-20.
No, that's for the women. They saying 20% of nigga got the money. That they're the high value men or whatever that bullshit is. But let's go back to that number you said about when the men versus the women. That there's really 95 or 96% of women that's hoes out here in the street. The average man gonna have to get the best hoe.
Let's not. Let me tell you why. Let's not. Because I know we were talking about that on the last stream. If you remember, you kind of threw the number at me and I ran with it, but I do not stand on 5% number. I work with 80-20, roughly speaking. I'm not gonna say it's 5%. That's low even for what I believe. So we're talking about what I actually believe, and you want to tell me I'm wrong on something, let's go hover around 80-20, because 5 is not what I actually believe.
I don't want to tell you that you're wrong. So you're saying there's 20% of women that are what you would consider high value women. The women that you could have a long-term relationship with, a woman that could value your family and could value you.
Let's go with that.
Okay, so since the majority of us aren't going to be able to touch them women, we out here stuck with the hoes and the baby mamas. So you want to get the best hoe or baby mama you can get. I'll go with that. What I'm saying is that the majority of these men out here that's just banging on everything and whatever they can get their hands on can't look down at them women. So if you just the average man, what's so bad?
Why not?
But if you're above that, then you can look for something above that. But what I'm saying is that most of us are sinners. Most of us are fuck ups. Most of us aren't that intelligent. You really attract what you are. So the fact that you want something above a 6 or you want something above a 5 when you may potentially be a 3 or a 4 is crazy work. Why do you deserve some above that? And why won't you value that 5 or 6 that might have a child or 2? And this is why I look at this. A woman who has children with multiple men, it takes points away. But a woman who has children with one man, I look at differently. A woman who actually goes out here and try to better herself and gets an education, got a couple dollars. When that pair bonding happens, we are And I also believe that me as a man, I'm going to take care of the bulk of whatever our situation is. So I'm going to pay the mortgage and all the big stuff.
Why?
And you gonna put us,
Why? Right, let me jump in real quick because you're saying a lot of things. I don't want to fight 11 different bullet points, right? But let me ask you this question: why do you think pair bonding happens between men and women?
Because we're not meant to be alone.
Yeah, okay, but what else beyond we're not meant to be alone? Like, what do you think the intimate actual structure of pair bonding is between men and women?
Other than us being meant to not be alone, I don't really give a fuck about something beyond that. And
well, I think you need to think about the why, though. The why is just as important as the outcome.
So what's
the why actually is the outcome if you think about it. You don't get the outcome unless you understand the why.
Let's stay right here. What's a healthy why?
Well, no. First, it's what's a healthy pair bond, I guess, is the question. But then why would it be? What makes a healthy pair bond? Why is the pair bond healthy, Knight?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know that they can be perfect. So I got to understand. I used to say something about compromise, but talking to somebody that just thought about it a little bit better, it's not about compromising. It's about concessions. It's the concessions that I'm willing to make and the concessions that she's willing to make. So
I don't think that's what makes a man pair bond with a woman. And don't misspell pair in the chat. All right, we're better than that. We spent the whole day making nub jokes. All right, let's be better than that. All right, we were doing a lot of foul shit the other day. Let's be right there. We're better than that.
That pair right there is a fruit. Go ahead, Hood.
Don't insult my chat. We're all fine people here. We might be racist, but we're fine people. Shout out to Nubbish, by the way. We called you Nubbish the other day. We were going so ham on the nigga with the nub. It was disgusting. Anyway, the pair bond between men and women. Do you have any kind of conception of why men and women actually pair bond together, generally speaking?
I just think that right now in the country, as I look at the whole thing, what they're trying to do is isolate us and push us over and get us back into what seems somewhat close to what would be segregation. So if we're going to get back into that, we need people that look like us, think like us, and even give a damn about us to be able to employ us, educate us, and everything else. That being the case, the way communities work is you got to be in what seems like a family. So it's best to be a man and a woman with like-minded men and women, or families, the traditional nuclear one that have like-minded people, and then get those groups of people that's think on a similar level and can be able to work with each other, because we're going to have to educate each other, employ each other, and all those other things that we used to do. And my understanding of the past that we used to have, the Harlem Globetrotters, it's a joke now, used to be able to beat any NBA team. The Negro leagues, when it came to baseball, used to be able to beat any professional team. That's why Satchel Paige, as an old man, went into baseball and he was whooping professional baseball players' ass. Our mindset for excellence was better back then. Let me get back to the old.
Let me jump in here, please. Again, a lot of bullet points, and the question at hand is what makes a man and a woman pair bond. And all the things you said are kind of to the side right now, because I'm not going to say that those are wrong things, but those are not the things we're kind of talking about. When it comes to the individual man and individual woman, you tell me if I'm off with my overall synopsis of how I think it works, right?
I'm not going to say you off with your.
I'm gonna say it first, and then you can tell me if I'm off. Generally speaking, men and women come together out of two things: practical need, meaning the man provides something that the woman wants out of life, and emotional need, meaning that the man and the woman, or the man or the woman, is emotionally drawn to the partner. Now, they don't always have the same level of emotional need for each other, but generally those are the two things. It's practical and it's emotional. The practical need works like this, because I'm not going to explain the emotional. The practical need works this way, though. The man, more often than not, has real world tangible benefits that he can provide to the woman with association. So if you like me, I buy you flowers, right? That's like the lowest level of that type of exchange, right? Buying a girl flowers on a date or something like that. Now, all of that type of thing is to signal that throughout the course of our relationship, if you engage in a relationship with me as a man, I am now willing to provide the things that you deem necessary to your life as a woman. In exchange for those things, you attach your life as a woman to me as the man. That is the general practical pair bonding magnetic draw between men and women that has low-key guided the male-female relationship for eons, right? Do you disagree with that on any level?
I don't, but when I think about where we are now, and when I think
You got
about
the floor for a minute. I'll be right back.
what seems like healthy, I say this. I approach her with my hand out. I've always appreciated the kindness of a stranger. It's 100%. Wait a minute. Matter of fact, I got you. Don't. I got you. Let me see. Maybe I can play this without him being here. This is wild. Maybe I can play this without him being here. Let me see if I can pull this up without him being here. Let me close this. Give me 1.27 seconds, y'all. Let me see if I can play this. It ain't working. How do I get this to come up? Let me see. Share. Let me do this right quick for y'all. This is the way I look at the situation. Because I healthy to me sounds like this to me. Let me grab this right quick. 3, where's my damn? Let me see. 2. Where the fuck is that at?
If you want to share something, you can pull it right up. And actually, I have a bunch of things I might decide to share at some point just as well. But anything you want to bring to the table, go for it.
Yeah, I'm looking for this particular thing because it's a way I look at what is healthy. And to me, it's 100%. Let me see. I think this is it. How do I pull this up?
Well, in the meantime, between time, since we're talking about healthy and all that, let's listen to this healthy young lady. Okay? Incredibly healthy. Don't she look healthy? Some healthy titties.
So yes, I am pregnant. Pregnant with my 6th child. This is gonna be my 4th baby daddy.
Oh, that's why the titties healthy. Yes, they stay milky.
Yes, I am homeless. I'm living out of my car. I'm living out of hotels. I'm living from pillar to post. Okay, I have no job. Yes, I have no job. Okay, we listen and we don't judge. I have no job.
Goddamn right. We listen and we don't judge.
Out of my car, pregnant, not with the baby daddy, by myself. Could life get any worse? Possibly. I mean, I could step out tomorrow and get hit by a car. And then we're in the hospital. Shit, that would not be good. So the next time somebody comes to my comments asking questions, refer back to this video. Yes, I know I'm old. Okay, got a hell of a lot of kids. I'm homeless and I'm broke. But guess what? I'm still alive and I'm living and I'm grateful and I can see and I can hear and I can smell and I can enjoy my babies. And I'm living and I'm healthy. I have my health. So yes, it's hard. My life's a mess. But the great thing about being at the bottom is the only way is up, huh?
She chose that.
No, let me just say, she is like the deluxe model because she's got like 6 kids or 5 kids and she pregnant and she like hotel hopping and all that shit. She probably tricking on the side too. So that's the deluxe model, right? That's not the base model. The base model is like, I got 1 or 2 kids and I got like a semi-stable job and I don't really need no man, but I like fucking you though.
Do you know who Do you know who Mandy B and Wheezy is?
I've never met these people.
They used to have a show called Horrible Decisions, but since they become corporate, now they have a show called Decisions. The other people I would can you put an overlay up so you can cover that up for me so I can play the song in a second? The other show that's similar to that is called Lip Service with Angela Yee. The other show that's comparable to that is called Poor Minds. All three of them shows is about women's sexual liberation, and all they talk about is hoeing. But let me play this song right quick. Please listen to the lyrics, beautiful people. This is
hold on. What song is this? Are you about to get me copyright strike? Because real quick. One time for the money. Shout out to True Hype with the $10 super chat. He says $2 is more than $4. Why and how can anyone say that it's not more? The difference between men and women are all substantial. So 5,000 to 10,000 a year is actually significant. Yeah, that goes way back to when we were talking about black men by and large do out earn black women. It's not the same significant gap between like white men or white women or even Asian men and Asian women, but we out earn our women nonetheless. The gap is a lot closer though. I will acknowledge that. It's not like we out earn them by like, $40,000 a year or something, but yeah, niggas haven't just, totally lost it all. But that being said, shout out to True Hype with the $10 super chat. Night about to ruin my stream with this rogue music he about to play. So y'all got to throw $1 in the pot. I'm about to get demonetized, y'all.
Give me the money for all do. Give me the money.
Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on.
I need that money.
1,000 of them in school and 7,000 of us in school. So we need 7 more thousand. And in the workforce is like 15,000 of them in the workforce and 6,000 of us. I think the last time I looked at the stats, I think it's something like that. We're not really working like them, even though we out earn them, and we're not in school like them because they're the most enrolled. But I'm going to play a copyright-free thing that's not going to cost my guy Hood Conservative anything, but please listen to the lyrics.
I approach him with my hand out. Oh, hand out. I always love the kindness of a stranger. Not a pay piggy. 100%. 100%. All of me for all of you, body and soul. All of me for all of you, body and soul.
If you don't have a man, you ain't
I
nothing.
approach him with my hands out. Hey! I always love the kindness of a stranger. Hey! Not a baby.
Good women are dead. Evil bitches, rise up!
All of me for all of you, body and soul. All of me for all of you,
These blacks.
body and soul.
Can a nigga live? Can a nigga live? Please.
Body and soul.
But I want to address this simple allegation. Do I simp for black women? Yes. I love black women. I don't like y'all niggas. It's an easy decision to make. Sorry.
But does anyone see that? No. Does anyone care about that? No. All they see is an aggressive black girl talking.
Exactly.
That was a dope music video.
And if you didn't hear the words said, I approach her, a man, I approach her with my hand out, not with her hand out. All of me for all of you, not I'm finna break myself and give you all of my shit and whatever else. And if you feel uncomfortable with marriage, then a long-term relationship, but you are actively working with each other and committed to the community, y'all call it. Don't be a maggle and a daggle. Be actual women and men and actually build each other up. And this
community is bad for marriage.
Individualistic is what I'll be talking about. Y'all got it though.
The community is bad for marriages. Don't be married for the community. Be married because you want to be married and you down for each other, I suppose. But I think what you're describing, Nightish, I love you with my body and soul. That shit, it's very romantic. It's very romantic. I don't know why you niggas been so romantic.
I didn't say love you with my body and soul. You're a bad listener.
That's what he was singing about. Body and soul. That's what they kept saying. Body and soul. I know.
He said, the dude is saying, I approach her with my hand out. So she got to give me something.
I know. That's great.
It clearly said, not a pay pig. Those are the actual lyrics.
You know what she's going to put in his hand? Her hand.
Nope. If he's allowing just her hand to be enough, there's something wrong with him.
Nope. Body and soul, remember?
No. It clearly says, I approach her with my hand out. I've always enjoyed the kind
hand in his hand. He loves her body and soul.
Sir, wait 1 second, sir. If you're going to listen to the lyrics, listen to the lyrics. The lyrics are, I approach her with my hand out. I've always appreciated the kindness of strangers. All of me for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Sounds
get
like
my hand for your hand, body and soul. Both of us, not me alone.
I hear you. You know what? And I'm not even denying your correction. I will accept the correction because that is what he was saying. I was just being kind of funny about a certain lyrics in the song. That being said, though, I think as men, talking about the relationship between men and women, it doesn't serve us well to talk about it from a romantic perspective.
There's nothing romantic about that song.
Well, yeah. I beg to differ.
It's clearly talking about money. When it says I approach her with my hand out, what is my hand out for? Money.
I don't necessarily like the approach her with my hand out thing too, because having your hand out is a needy position as the man, and I don't necessarily like that either.
So you should approach her with let her have her hand out.
You approach her with your chest out, not your hand out.
No. You as a man are already a man. You don't have to say that. That would be overkill.
But I mean, again, approaching her with your hand out just sounds like the needy position. How is it not?
No. I'm saying you can't be around me if you don't have nothing to offer, just like she taught.
What I want you to do isn't put money in my hand necessarily. That's like the pimp's relationship with his hoes. I don't necessarily want you to put money in my hand. Like if we're in a relationship, hold on. Let me just say this. If we're already like full blown relationship, living together and combined like that, something happens and you got to pay a bill. That's a thing, right? But over the general course of time, I'm not looking for you to put money in my hand. So the handout thing doesn't really appeal to me.
So you don't like the one pot thing?
The one pot is my pot.
So she don't have to contribute anything.
That's not what I said. But I don't like the idea of my handout. Again, the handout is
Let's say one place. Let's say one place. What is the one pot that's your pot thing then? Could you describe that?
Well, I look at it this way.
Yes.
When it comes to like the family finances and the overall outcome of the family, as the man, you will be blamed for the failure. Everybody shares in the success, but you'll be blamed for the failure. And so, because of the stake, I think
I agree. But what is the one pot?
You should look at the pot as your pot. And if you're not able to really control the pot, then it really doesn't help you in your position as the father.
The pot that you're describing, how do you control it?
You actually have to have the controlling share, I think, is the easiest way to approach that.
So a 70-30?
Whatever works, but that's kind of generally the position. So like going back to what I said about the man providing, hold on, let me say this whole idea. Going back to the general position about the man providing a practical benefit to the woman, you have to provide more than they can provide for themselves, generally speaking. Now, the relationship, the ratio, I don't want to get pinned down on the ratio.
So you want to,
generally speaking, you have to provide more than she can provide for herself. Yeah.
So you want to do a 90-10?
I didn't say I wanted to get I didn't want to get pinned down on a ratio. I said, as a man, you kind of have to provide more than she can provide for herself.
Like to get pinned down on a ratio.
Because the ratios are irrelevant. It's not that it's a solid number. It's a general state of being. You have to have more. So look at it this way. When women are describing what they want from men,
why are you
generally describing a man that has
why are you listening to the bitch?
It's not about listening to a bitch for direction. I'm making a point. Hear me out here. Because 70-30, 90-10, whatever makes you happy to make your next point, you can make your next point.
Whatever make me happy.
Whatever point you want to make the next point.
70-30?
Make the point on 70-30 if that's what you're gonna do.
So can everybody be okay with a 70-30?
I don't know, but that's why I said it doesn't matter the actual ratio, right?
So what I'm asking, because it's a bunch of men in the chat, are y'all okay with taking 70% of the responsibility when it comes to bills and she take care of 30%? Are y'all okay with that? So before we do anything, wait 1 second. So before we go out on to a dinner, before we get our nails done, everything else is one pot. It's a 70-30. I make sure I fulfill my 70%. She makes sure she fulfill her 30%. If she makes more than that, that's hers. She can do fuck it off. If I make more than the 70%, that's mine. I get to fuck it off. Because I believe in 3 pots. That one pot is for our general needs, which is talking about our insurance for dental, eye care, medical, house insurance, mortgage, and all of the shit. If you got a car note and all the other shit, we find out what all that number is all together, and I'll pay 70% and you pay 30%. You're going to have more money because you're not taking care of all of what you have by yourself, and I'm going to have more money because I'm not taking care of all of what I have by myself. Now, that's finances. Outside of that, as far as the relationship go, then that's a whole separate conversation. Are you pleased by the man in me? Am I pleased by the woman in you? Then there's another part about the communitize, y'all call it. Do we contribute to that? And are we people that can add value to basketball court, parks?
We ain't none of that. We ain't that. No, we ain't doing that over here. That's not the type. I don't even know why that comes up in a relationship conversation between one man and one woman.
To me,
why y'all trying to save the world, bro?
To me, we're supposed to be more than just us. To me,
no.
T is being above me, because I'm a nigga. I don't need a bunch of shit. I already got a cool chair, already got a big screen TV, already got the shit I want.
Niggas don't need a bunch of shit either. I'm giving them shit, man.
So to her, if all she needs is her nails being done and going out to dinners every now and then, I'm cool with that. Now, what do we do to contribute to outside of us?
No. You build a garden.
You don't
You
get
build a
women
wall.
outside of us.
I don't know. You build a fence. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut the fuck up about the community because you're not contributing shit to it.
Now you want to have a different conversation.
No, it's
You
all
want to talk
one.
about YNs in the
No,
community?
it's all one. It's all one.
No, your
conversation.
relationship with a black
No,
woman
it's
ain't got
all
nothing to
one.
do with the YNs out in the
Because if you
world.
don't have a nuclear family, if you don't have a being of the minds with nuclear families, you don't form community.
Are you trying to save
You
the
don't
world,
conform,
Irish?
you don't shape society. You won't be a teacher. You won't be a coach. You
Are you
won't be a
trying to save the
stepdad. You
world
won't
or
be
have a relationship with a woman? I'm
right.
lost, bro.
So
Because like,
anytime it's all about individualism, fuck you and piss on you.
what I thought we were having a conversation about relationships between men and women. Now you want to buy backpacks and give away turkeys and shit. And I don't know what that got to do with nothing. I don't even think the women care about that shit, honestly. Like the chick who's getting the backpack, she likes to have the backpack.
What the bitch thing? Why do we give a fuck about what the bitch thing?
What are we even doing? That shit don't matter to nobody. You just giving bums free shit. Bums don't care about nothing.
So that's the thing. I'm not a bum. So I don't know what bums care about.
We ain't giving you nothing, are we?
And
We talking about the
thing.
people around.
I'm not a bitch.
Shit. You ain't
you
ain't among the
let me respond
people,
to
are
the
you?
statement that you make. Let me respond to the statement that you make. I'm not a bitch. So it's hard to really give a fuck about what the bitch think.
But you trying to do things on their behalf, though, and say you don't care about what they think. That's not really
No. If I approach her with my hand out, I'm not looking at her like, oh my goodness, what does she think? If she the kind of woman that is all about her, she not for me.
Okay. This is a very interesting black conversation. I keep thinking about that video about African time. Did you ever see that video about African time, Nightish?
You can show it to me.
You never saw it before? Yo,
no.
You know what? This might be fun, y'all. This shit might actually be fun, y'all. And, you know, we like to have fun. I don't want to have a nonsensical argument with you, Nightish, because ultimately you can think what you think about things. I started this conversation because you made a crazy, you kept going in a crazy direction earlier. That's why I had to ask you, like, you know, you good, bro? Because, you know, we can talk. I'm not unopposed. You know, I'm not a bad person to talk to. You know what I mean? If you needed to talk, we could talk. But that being said, let's move on from this because you know, I don't think we're gonna see eye to eye on any of that, and that's not really necessary anyway. So let's talk about African time. I think this will fascinate you. You can ask me to stop at any point. I think this is hella interesting. This is going viral around the Twitter spaces lately. Let's bring this back up. Let me girl talk.
John Mbiti's 1969 idea gets misread a lot. That African time, and this is just based on
all
the
I
African
see is an overlay.
he studied, specifically in this book, 2 East African Bantu communities, that time is made up of 2 dimensions, a long past, vibrant present, and virtually no future. But what did he actually mean? Firstly, Mbiti was a theologian. He was studying African religions comparatively to Christianity or Islam, which emphasize meaning in a distant heaven to be hoped for or hell to be feared. Comparatively, he found that the African communities that he studied ground meaning in the here and now, in lived experience, in memory, and in community. So Mbiti describes the 2 dimensions of time, the first one being Sasa, the now and the near future, which we can actually anticipate, and the second dimension being Zamani, the vast, endless past where all events eventually go on to settle. So time only becomes real when events happen. Then it moves from the Sasa into the Zamani. So virtually no...
You know what? I clicked on the wrong video. That's not the one we should have started with. It should be this one.
Can I respond to that video though?
Yeah, take a minute. Take a minute to respond. You got it.
So here's the thing. I'm 55. When I was younger, I used to watch a show called The Brady Bunch. If anybody watched that show called The Brady Bunch, their father was a graphic designer. And he worked with city planners, and they shaped how the city was going to look. Freeways, housing, rapid transit, and all of that shit. So what we visualize in our mind, we make into reality. So when you get a woman that's willing to go with your so-called program and you get like-minded people, then you shape the society and the people that you want. What's wrong right now is that everybody is checking out. Niggas won't marry no single women. They don't want to be coaches. They don't want to do shit. All they give a fuck about is just they self. So in a world of individualism, we had the outcomes that we have. Collectivism, and I don't mean communism. Collectivism. You got some money, I got some money. We want shit to look like this. We all come together on that same page. And now, because what we need is distribution systems. What we need is ways to get our music out. What we need is malls. Because listen, if they're gonna take the Walmarts and the Targets away and create your community to be a food desert, you need to be able to respond to that by creating healthy food. You gotta be a farm. You need homesteaders. It's a whole lot of shit involved in it. And niggas is only thinking about dick pussy.
What if I told you that for many African societies, the concept of the future doesn't exist, and that instead of time moving forwards, time actually moves backwards? This was the work of John Mbiti, one of Kenya's and Africa's greatest philosophers. And in 1969, he wrote something that completely reimagines the way we think of African time. Mbiti says time is a two-dimensional phenomenon with a long past, vibrant present, and virtually no future. Using Swahili words, he describes the two dimensions of time. The first one being sasa, the now, the recent past, and the immediate future, which can be experienced. The second dimension is zamani. Zamani is the vast, endless past where all events eventually go on to live forever. But the future in African thought, it barely exists because time is made up of events. Time has to be experienced in order to be real. So because we can't conceptualize events tied to the distant future because they haven't been experienced yet, then therefore the future cannot constitute part of time. And
what do you think about this idea that for this group of people anyway, the idea of the future kind of doesn't exist because for them, time only means things that have happened, things that we've done, or things that we're doing right now. But because we haven't really done a thing, we can't imagine doing a thing, you know, a week or a month or years down the line, really. We can't imagine the outcome of a thing because we only imagine time as like right now. And then everything that happened before was just kind of, you know, jumbled together like a Rubik's Cube or something. Like imagine the past being like a Rubik's Cube. Like, you know, things happen, but there's no real order to it.
Is the past that happened a real thing?
Is it though?
I'm asking.
I'm asking too. Because I don't know where you're going with it.
So let me say that. The past that happened is a real thing.
Okay.
And we saw the outcomes of those real things. So when you hear people talking about the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, and our advancements during those times, that means that we know what to do, we just don't do them. Now, this African woman talking about Africa, that's why motherfuckers call that tether talk. You're not in Africa, but let's go back to Africa. The most enriched place with all the minerals and everything you need is below your feet. But because y'all fight so much, other people come along, Russia, China, and all these other places, and y'all warlords and y'all politicians take money from them to keep y'all oppressed. So again, fiat currencies and fake shit oppresses y'all in a continent that has countries. You can fit 3 Americas in Africa because Africa is not a country. It's a fucking continent. And even though they have all of the wealth, everything up under their feet. They so busy fighting with each other that they can never benefit from the wealth. Let's take the Congo for a minute. Leopold never stepped foot in the Congo. The people that took one bullet and shot 5 people was other black people. Leopold didn't even send that many people from where he was from to the Congo. But what was they there for? Rubber.
Right.
Now let's jump to one second. 2025. Elon Musk don't have to go to Africa, but he can.
Why don't the Africans extract rubber though?
He can say he's an African American and rob Africa for the shit he needs to run Tesla cars. We're never going to get to that. No, and not in our lifetime. We're going to stay on fossil fuels. So this is a dumb ass fucking conversation.
How do it equivalent?
This is a dumb ass conversation because niggas could have always gave a fuck about each other, but we don't. We rather fight with each other.
Well, doesn't that sound like what she's talking about? Because if you know that peace,
no,
you talk for a minute. You talk for a minute. Let me kind of respond to some of the shit you said, brother. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to respond, right? Because over here, despite what you might have heard, because y'all be talking about me crazy, but now that you're here, I want you to know. No, I just want you to know. Now that you're here, we listen and we don't judge.
You got it. Go ahead.
I just want to say we listen and we don't judge over here. That's all I was saying. But that being said, I don't think. Well, I do think actually. I think that what she's talking about, whereas these people over there don't actually have an imagination for the future. It's the same kind of phenomenon where you just said niggas is always beefing, and I wonder if niggas is always beefing because they don't have an imagination for the future.
So
what do you think about that, Mike?
Let me repeat what I said. We know we
don't
had
repeat what you said. I want you to respond to what I said.
I'm responding to what you said. So, and that's what's crazy, because you're saying something about an imagination. Imagination about something that didn't happen, and you have to imagine it, right?
But you can make it happen, though. That's the thing, though. It's not that it didn't happen.
Can you please answer the question? Imagination is about something that didn't happen, right? You imagining it, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
So when I talked about the Harlem Globetrotters, and I talked about the Negro Leagues, and when I talked about segregation, and when I talked about when we was the most educated, that's something that actually happened, right?
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Did the Negro Leagues actually happen? Were black people the most educated? Right. So we don't
have for saying you got me. It happened.
So we don't have to imagine it. It's something that actually happened. We need to go back to it.
We don't have to imagine it. Why? Well, hold on. So are you saying that we have to go back to the past?
Let me
get to a reality.
Let me ask you a question, and can you please answer it honestly? Satchel Paige was an old ass man when Jackie Robinson got into the baseball league, right?
Right.
When Satchel Paige got into the baseball league, that old ass man, was he better than most of the people in baseball?
Okay. He probably was
right.
At that time.
So that's it. So all I'm saying is that's an actual thing that happened, right?
Right. Yeah. It happened in the past.
Right. So 1 second, sir. That's actual black excellence.
In the past, though, right?
Right. So, but so that's my thing. The old things work already.
Black excellence, right? Future look.
Do the old things work? Do the old does black do the old things work?
They did work.
So why when Latinos do what we used to do, which is be deep in a house, fix that house up, take the equity out of the house and buy another house, we act like, oh, that's a brand new thing.
You know why? Because that's not their past. That's their now. That's our past. That's
Right.
our Zamani.
So
They're living
again,
in our past.
did the old thing? So again, did the old things work?
But the past is the past. They work in the past.
Ask
Yes,
my
they
question. I only want to answer to my question. Did the old things work?
Yes, they did.
So why the fuck are we running away from what we already know works?
Good question. I want to get back to the clip.
This is why, according to Mbiti, African languages, at least the East African Bantu languages that he studied, don't have a word to describe the distant future. In African time, according to Mbiti, events create time. Seasons, ceremonies, a conversation, those moments produce time, and people produce as much time as they need. An example that Mbiti uses from the communities that he studied is that a year is measured based on 4 seasons, 2 dry seasons, 2 wet seasons. So a year is only over when those 4 seasons have taken place. So a year could take 365 days, 390 days. It doesn't matter the number of days in a year. What matters is that the 4 seasons have taken place. And this is in contrast to the Western view towards time, where time is a commodity, something that can be spent, saved, wasted, or lost. And according to Mbiti, this is why if foreigners come to Africa and they see people sitting under a tree, they would remark that, okay, why are these people wasting so much time? But in African thought, that sitting under a tree, it's not wasting time. It's either waiting for time or producing time.
Do you believe one can produce time, Nightish?
What I believe is the reason why this tether has an opportunity to talk.
I don't think she's a tether. I think she's
one second. She's a fucking tether because she's from Africa talking to, I don't know who the fuck she's talking to, niggas who died. The reason why we had any kind of push or influence is because in 1966, 67, and 68, them black beautiful people had morality and decency and was dressed in a Sunday best, and they put dogs and water hoses on them, and people from around the world said, the whole world's watching. The whole world's watching. The whole world's watching what? Beautiful, loving, caring, compassionate families, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, church people, more moralistic people stand and just want equality be fucked over. Now, let's get to 2025 when motherfucking bitches got tattoos on their face, wearing bonnets, dingy fucking pajamas, don't want to get married, and the niggas just want to fuck on hoes. It's not the same people. So if now we be what Martin Luther King said, judged by our character is shit. And we'll let the minority of us be who we are. We'll say that most black people are degenerates and criminals, when I know for a fact that most black people want to go to work every day, want to have a wife, want to have children, want to have families and all this other shit, while we had these dumbass conversations. That's why it's never gonna work against me.
Me, I think this Western idea of time as a commodity is what drives this Western obsession of progress, development, and some promised future. And this difference shapes everything from politics, economics, to how we live our daily lives. Because in African thought, the golden age isn't in the future, it's actually in the Zamani. According to Mbiti, the future is only a shadow until it comes to the present, and then it flows into the Zamani. So in that way, time moves backwards. We are not the ones who move forward into time.
Do you think that time moves backwards through us?
If it did, we would be winning. Time clearly moves forward, and this is tether talk.
If time moved backwards, you think we would be winning? Walk me through that.
Because in the past, we were winning. That's why I brought up the Harlem Globetrotters. That's why I brought up Satchel Paige. That's why I brought up Jackie Robinson. That's why I brought up Nat King Cole. That's why I brought up Ellis Fitzgerald. That's why I brought up Sammy Davis. That's why I brought up the fabulous Nicholas brothers. You're not going to win this conversation. That was actual black excellence. That's why I bring up W.B. Du Bois. That's why I bring up the Talented 10th. We are not them people no more. We the shit now. We so busy trying to smoke weed, fuck on hoes, Be the coolest nigga at the club. Get some fucking Kanye West shoes or some fucking Michael Jordan shoes. No, we're not the same people no more. We need to look at our past and get back to what we used to be.
Natish, you said quote, you are not gonna win this conversation. How do you suppose winning this conversation looks? What do you think that means?
I don't need to win the conversation. I just need to be heard.
I'm pretty sure you're being heard, but I don't know what you when you said winning the conversation, that kind of threw me off. What does that mean?
Let me help you out, because I don't know why you thought you heard that. I don't need to win the conversation. I just need to be heard. And if 2 or 3 people hear me and understand that we once were great, we'll go back to that greatness, and your life will be shaped in a different way. But if you want to believe in today and that there's no way to win and that it's just all over, then there is no answer. But we have an answer. Just go back to the things that worked already. I don't need everybody in this chat to believe me. All I need is 2 or 3 people to believe me. Or say, fuck me, spend $10, kick me off the channel, block me, do all of this shit we can do on YouTube.
Fascinating. I don't block people. I don't have a bounty here.
So, of course, Mbiti wrote this from a theological point of view because he was trying to explain the nature of African religion. But my main takeaway from the parts of the book that I've read is that unlike Western cultures and religions with end of the world myths, African time has no end. Seasons, years, birth, marriage, death, it's all a cycle. Asante kwa kutazama, tafakari hayo, and I'll see you in the next video.
Do you think time is like a cycle where things just sort of go over and over again?
No. I believe there is no beginning, there is no end, like the Thompson twins said. I believe that I even believe that we're not even like, I have doppelgangers in the world. Do you believe we have doppelgangers in the world?
Not really.
You don't think there's multiple hood conservatives around the planet?
No. I think there might be a guy who might resemble me, or I might resemble a couple of people just by happenstance. Like there might be a Mongolian guy who kind of looks like me, but only kind of. There's only one me and there's only one him.
You don't think there's multiple people that not only look like you, also think like you?
Think like me, perhaps, but look like me, not really. Very few. It's almost a miraculous thing if it was to happen.
So if you ask me, I believe there's like a print of people, and it's multiple people that look like me and think like me. There's multiple people that look like you and think like you. I don't think it's as elaborate as what we think. I think there's multiple universes. I think there's actual aliens. I think there's actual UFOs and all of that other shit. I know for a fact that man doesn't even understand the earth. I know for a fact that man doesn't even understand the ocean. Fuck space. They don't even understand the ocean.
I think the multiverse theory is a little bit too inelegant, so I don't necessarily believe it. I like it as a comic book kind of mechanism. I don't know if I truly believe in the multiverse though.
So you think that the Bermuda Triangle is fake?
Oh wow, the Bermuda Triangle. No, I think the Bermuda Triangle has I think a lot of ships have mysteriously crashed. A lot of planes have mysteriously crashed, but they haven't been doing that recently. Like nobody goes to Bermuda and gets lost anymore. So I don't know what's going on with it anymore, but I think some things did happen once upon a time.
So do you believe that thing that they found, which is this hole that goes deep in the center of the earth, that humans can exist in, that's not a real thing either?
I don't know what that is.
They said that an actual human, because they said that when they went to they have drones and shit that go down there. They say it's the purest form of oxygen, the purest form of everything. Do you know that the thing that's fascinating is that because where we're at, the surface that we're at is so corrupt and filthy that if we went down there into that pure place, we would die.
Where is this place? Is it Compton?
It's on Earth. and it's a deep fucking hole that
Can
they
you get
send
there from
different down
You have to
to.
go through Atlanta.
And they're saying that if a human being went down there, that the oxygen is so pure, you would die. You can't exist there.
I want to taste that kind of oxygen.
Let's talk about this. Different elevations. Do you think there are places on the earth where you can go to different elevations and you can breathe more freely and you will sleep longer? And there's certain places that lower elevations where you don't get pure oxygen and you sleep shorter and all this other shit?
I think you might be on something theoretically. So, like, if you're at a higher altitude, you probably get less oxygen. So you would be more like, theoretically, you could climb to a particular height where there's less oxygen and sleep in some type of oxygen deprived delirium. And it might feel like a high. And then you die.
Boxers.
So, have you ever been to that place?
Well, I can't think of the name of right now that's higher elevations, and they say it pushed their lungs more. So their lungs expand because they're up there. And when they come back down here, when they're up there, they sleep longer. When they're down here, they sleep shorter. Because up there, the expansion of their lungs, the way they can breathe more, makes it more comfortable for them to sleep. These are boxers that say they go to these elevations for that reason.
Boxers go there? That's interesting. Face Facts with the $4.99. He says, "You can't fix the community. Black women tell their children not to talk to strangers, then force them to live with one called a step dummy." That is actually relatively true. Any commentary to that super chat, by the way, Nadish, before we move on with it?
Definitely. So you as a man or a child should understand that your mom might be the brightest because she's telling you to accept a stranger. And let's talk about that. It's not stranger danger. It's the people that you know that's most likely going to violate you.
Well, you know him now. That's your mama friend.
No, it's not stranger danger now. See, the thing that you should say, you should be concerned about. Wait 1 second, sir. The thing that you should say is that you should be concerned about strangers. But typically, the kids that get violated, disrespected, took advantage of is by their own uncles and people that they know. So it's people you know that fuck over you, typically not strangers. It's a minority of strangers that actually fuck over you. It's typically the people you know that violate you. That's a fact.
Well, Nightish. Would you agree then that if your mom introduces you to the new boyfriend and he hangs out for a couple of months and he spends the night and he keeps his Timberlands under the bed and all of that stuff, is he a stranger then?
Yeah.
Wow. Fascinating.
Future doesn't mean no planning. We absolutely plan. We prepare land, we store food, we arrange inheritance, we dream, and we aspire. The point is, planning is event-based and it's communal. It's not an abstract infinity. So yes, Mbiti used Kiswahili words sasa and zamani.
Do you believe in an abstract infinity that you can plan into?
No.
Why not?
An abstract infinity that you can do what with?
That you can plan into. For example, do you imagine that if you were to work at something over an indefinite amount of time, that over that course of time, you will reap the benefits of that labor? That's, planning into the abstract infinity.
So like a heaven.
If you want to call it that, that's up to you.
No, I don't believe in that. No.
Okay. All right. Fascinating.
to describe the two dimensions of time. And so you might think that Kiswahili has words to describe the future, mustakabali, baadaye, siku za usoni, and so on. So language shows that yes, we do imagine ahead, but Mbiti's claim is about orientation. African thought doesn't dwell on a remote, abstract, speculative future. Instead, it anchors time to seasons, milestones, ceremonies, things that are already in our zamani.
Do you believe time is anchored to major events?
No, because I don't think we even understand time. No.
What do you think about time? Since we don't understand it, do you have any thoughts on the subject?
I don't think it's linear. I don't think we have
No.
the understanding of time.
If it's not linear, then what do you think it could be?
I think it's beyond our basic understanding of anything. So what people want it to be is something that you can understand. I don't think we again, let me go back to what I said earlier. We don't understand the ocean. We don't understand space. We don't understand this planet. Here's something I think is a possibility. We have hit the nuke multiple times and knocked ourselves back into primitive times.
Well, let me ask you a question.
And I also think we finna hit the nuke again in some close time and gonna knock ourselves back to another time. So I look at a movie like The Planet of the Apes, where fucking Charleston Heston thought we left the planet, and then he find out no, the Statue of Liberty is up to her chest. Now we're at a place where it's the actual subway station, and the people that's in the forbidden zone are people who survived the nuclear holocaust, and they look deformed and whatever else. So that's the Planet of the Apes, right? Let's go to the new Planet of the Apes.
Don't go through all the things. Don't go through everything. Hold on, bro. You can't go through everything. I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk through everything because you're going to say so many things that it's hard for me to remember everything. Let me just ask you this one question, and you can go back to the Planet of the Apes. It's not going to be a long question. If time is not linear, meaning it's not moving forward in a particular direction,
yes,
then what direction could it be moving in?
I don't think it has a direction.
Oh, wow.
Think about
all right. Tell me about that.
Think about this. The world is on the axis, right? And we're supposed to be moving in one direction, right?
Did you just freeze time?
Not at all. I asked two questions. I didn't get no answers.
I swear to God, I thought time stopped for a minute. You weren't talking, and I thought time wasn't moving. Why did you stop talking?
Because the first question wasn't answered, and the second question wasn't answered. So I was waiting for answers.
How long would you have waited?
Until you enter the stream.
Wow. That's wow. I don't even know what to think about that.
So context matters. Mbiti was a theologian writing about religions. And it's not to say that all African societies think about time in exactly the same way. It's just making a broad philosophical point based on research done mainly in East Africa to open the door and invite us to think differently about how time is lived. Asante kwa kutazama, tafakari hayo, and I'll see you in the next video. John.
Nightish. I'm fascinated by this part of the conversation, by the way. This is more fascinating than our first part of the conversation. Time isn't cyclical. And I don't think you really answer. Well, what direction does time move in if it doesn't move in a linear fashion? I think you did answer, but I'm kind of confused about your explanation. I like your
I don't think we know, but if I was with this queen right here, I would be trying to see what her gag reflex was like.
She is a queen, by the way, and she got a big forehead. I know her gag reflex is like.
I would hold her forehead and see how deep her throat is.
I know. I can tell by her forehead. It's infinity deep. But that being said,
So I've been interested in unpacking ideas of African time. And of course, when we say African time, we're not taking the entire African continent as a single story, because we know that Africa is vast with thousands of different peoples, each with their own complex philosophies. But something I noticed, and I just want to point out, is you'll notice that when we say something is Western, for example, Western time, nobody asks us to list every single European or North American country that we're talking about, because it's understood and implied that the West isn't a monolith. When we say Western, we're just talking about patterns. But when we say something is...
Do you think the white people have a different kind of time than black people, Nightish?
I don't think about white people at all.
Well, I mean,
I know that they exist, but
right.
I don't think about how they think and all this other shit. But let's take some time and think about white people. Let's do that.
I do that a lot, honestly. Honestly, I think about white people a lot, like why they are the way they are. I be trying to figure it out.
Okay. So let me do this. There's a TV series that Kevin Costner was the lead of. It was called Yellowstone. Right. Yellowstone had a prequel called 1923.
I don't think I watched any of that.
And the prequel had a prequel called 1883. So now, the Yellowstone...
Those are a lot of different times.
...was on an Indian reservation that they took from these people in 1923.
You notice how white people measure things by the years? That is crazy.
No. What I know about white people is that they have 100-year plans.
Why do you think they measure things by the year? What's up with that shit?
I think that we don't think about it because we thought that the earth belonged to everybody. We didn't understand the concept of ownership and all these different things. We were tribalistic, and we just thought that wherever you were, the veggies. See, if you come out of the Caucasus Mountain where there's no vegetation and all it is stones and whatever else, and then you come down from that and see these people that lived in all the vegetation, all the nutrients, all the animals, and everything that you need to survive, you can get to a place where you get jealous. It's a Cain and Abel type thing.
So it's kind of like we thought it would be cool forever too, though, like because it was always chill, and we thought it would be always chill forever because like time is just like
we had everything. Yes, because we had everything.
That's crazy.
So this young African woman is somehow still thinking in that mindset as if they wasn't colonized, and as if they're not.
Well, I think white people colonized time, and Africans didn't colonize time the way white people colonized it.
Right. So that's why the white people are able to dominate, because they'll let you think in that same mind state while they knock down your people, and they give your warlords money, and they give your politicians money, and they buy your real estate because you thought it didn't have no value.
No, wait, I just had a crazy idea. Like, holy shit, my head hurts. All right. I'm trying to speak through my headache right now because this is a powerful idea. So you saying that the white man, well, we both agree, because I said it and you agree with me, that the white man colonized time, and that's why he dominates, right? So I just had a crazy idea. Why don't
he did not colonize time. He colonized tangible. No, he didn't colonize. There's nobody can colonize that. He colonized tangible things that now have value.
I was gonna say, because why? How come we don't colonize time? Because that's what the dominant, that's what you do, right? So, well, maybe we need to
No,
colonize
what the
time. Well,
dominant
no, maybe we need to
society
colonize
does,
valuable
what
things.
the dominant society does is colonize things. And then they
I don't
charge
think
you
so much
for
right
these
now.
things they colonize. So right now, you and your municipalities have to pay for water filtration that comes to your sink, and that shit can still be poisonous. What you do now is that you'll pay for gas and electric. What you'll do now is pay for a mortgage, and you'll pay for
Well, hold on. All of those payments are measured out by increments of time. So I think you
no,
can't discount
no.
how
You
the
might have
white man
to pay,
colonized time, bro.
you might have to pay it once a
The
month.
white man
But
has
what you're
literally
paying,
attached to a dollar. He has
no,
attached a
you're
dollar
not paying
amount
for
to an
time.
increment of time.
You
Once
might have
a
to
month,
pay
you
it.
have to pay a certain amount of money.
You're not
This
paying for
cracker done
time.
colonized
You're
time.
you're paying for tangible things. So what they have done to
Over
you,
a
this is
period
the
of time,
brainwash.
which the white man
This
has
is the
colonized.
brainwashing. This
Why
is
are
the
you afraid to
brainwashing.
the white
This
man
is
that's
the
colonized time,
indoctrination.
bro?
This is the indoctrination. This is
No,
the
this is fear.
brainwashing.
I think you're
So you're
afraid
not
to admit
paying
that
for
the white man
time.
has
You're
thoroughly
paying for your
colonized
house.
time.
You're paying for health insurance. You're paying for an eye doctor.
Right. You're
You're
paying
paying
for
for
but
your
you're paying
dentist.
for over an
You're
amount
paying
of
for
time, right?
no, not time, tangible
You
things.
pay for it every month, right? You pay for it every month, right?
No, they might break it up into time, but what you're paying for
Because
is
that's how they colonize time. That's how they colonize your
they
time.
did
I
not
don't understand why
colonize
you're so
time.
afraid to acknowledge your
They did not
colonization, black man.
colonize time. They did not colonize time. What they said was, we're going to charge you for tangible things. So, what are the tangible
Over
things?
a period of time.
Yeah, what over a period of time, but it's
Yeah,
so.
we're going
Let
to
me
charge you
understand
for
this.
these
Let
things
me
over a
understand what you're
period of
saying.
time, like
What you're
months,
saying is
like
that
days,
so
like weeks.
1 second. So you're saying it's not about the tangible things; it's only about the time.
I'm saying that the African man didn't colonize time
I'm going
before the
to ask
white
you a
man,
question
and the white
again
man has
because I
he
know you
has
don't
oppressed
like
the African
answering
man
questions.
with his
So
mastery
you're
of time
saying that it's
colonization
not about
over the black
tangible
man.
things; it's about something else.
I'm saying the white man's time is colder because the
Again,
white
so
man
you're
colonized
saying
time
it's
over the
not about
African man.
tangible things; it's about something else.
It's about time, nigga.
No, it's about tangible things. So I'm
No,
charging
it's
you
about
for
time.
no.
Time is an
So I'm charging
intangible. You
no,
don't understand the white man's time. That's why you ain't never on
no.
time, nigga.
I'm charging you for land. I'm charging you for medical.
When you gonna charge me?
Food.
When you gonna charge me? On the white man's day, on the white man's month? You know who Julius Caesar is? A white man. July. You know who June is?
So
The god Juno, a white man's god.
let me
Month of
see how
June.
many people are
Every day, every
let
week
me
is
see
the
how many
white man's
people are in
time.
the chat. So shout out to the 41 people that's listening to a nigga that says not about the tangible thing, it's about
It's
the
all
time.
on the white man's
Time
time,
is
bro.
invisible.
Nope, it's
Time does not
intangible.
exist.
It's
Even
intangible.
though
It's not
you might get
invisible. It's
charged,
intangible.
even though you might get charged on the 1st and the 15th of the month, even though you might get charged on the 1st of the month, time is invisible. What are you being charged for? Tangible things. Who makes those things tangible? Man.
The white man's
So what
time.
is he charging you for? He's charging you for water, garbage, PG&E, and wood and fucking stucco or
White
just
man
wood.
has
He's charging
colonized
you
your
for
time, and you don't
physical
want to acknowledge
things,
it.
visible
I'm
things.
actually
And
surprised
even
at you,
though this
Nighters.
nigga is over here trying to yell about a fantasy, we got to deal with the reality.
I'm surprised at you, Nighters. You be talking all this pro-black pack, blackety
I'm
black.
not
I'm blacker
pro-black.
than y'all.
I'm just black. I'm not pro-black. I just am black.
How come your blackness
And
doesn't want
without
to
me
acknowledge
being
how the white man has colonized your time? What part of your blackness doesn't want to accept that truth?
what?
That the white man has colonized your time.
The white man colonized you. That's why you fighting with me. or we'd be brothers. We wouldn't be fighting right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about the white
I'm
man's
gonna say it
time. Now
again, 'cause
you
you a
don't want to
bad
acknowledge. You
and you
refuse
don't have
to acknowledge that the white
I'm
man
gonna
has
say it
colonized your
again
time.
because you're a bad listener and you don't listen to shit. So let me say it again. Because the white man has colonized you, that's why we fighting right now.
Yo, GD, I didn't want to believe the top thing either, but it's so real. Yo, it's not just time. It's like abstract concepts in general, but time is like the primary
The
abstract
white man has
concept.
colonized you. That's why you fight with me right now.
I'm not fighting with you, bro.
that
I just
we
want
can-
you to
one
see the
second,
white man has
one
colonized you. I want you to
let me
be
help
free
you out.
from the white man's
Let me help
time,
you
bro.
out. Let
I
me
want you
help
to
you out.
live on free
Let me
African
help you
time,
out.
bro.
Let me help you out. So
Why
let
you
me
don't want to be a free African?
It says that
How
we
come you
got
don't want to live
41
on African time?
Second. It says that you got
You can be
41
free
people
right now, bro. You could be
It
free
says
right
that you
now.
got
All you gotta
41
do is be on
people
African
watching you.
time, and you could be free.
The white man says you got 41 people watching you. The white man said we've been here for an hour, 20 minutes, and 52 seconds. And because you accept that slavery, that's why we fighting. Because if it wasn't for that slavery, I don't think we would be fighting. I think we would be cool. And we would be trying to find ways to build and
How do
establish.
you know it was exactly 1 hour and 20 minutes? How do you know
Because
that?
the white man put a timer of a red thing inside this white
How
man.
did he not colonize it? The nigga is colonizing your stream yard right now, bro.
You in the white man's
Come on, bro. The white man that colonized our stream
both
yard,
on
bro.
the
What do you
white man's
mean?
YouTube. You can't listen respectfully. We're both on a white
I
man's
need you to
YouTube.
respect the white
You
man's
don't
1
want
hour
to
and
say
21
you don't want to
minutes.
say you're on
Bro.
a white man's YouTube.
Yes, bro. This is the white man's time. The white
Right.
man has
So
allocated
I'm
1
talking
hour and
to you
21
about.
minutes of
I'm
YouTube time
talking.
to us
Listen,
niggas.
I'm talking to you about because you're a victim. You've been colonized. You've been, you understand that you was in a white man's house. You understand that the YouTube belongs to a white man. And as long as you can accept that, what you should do if you give a fuck about something other than being on this white man thing and making something from this white man thing, we should be able to get along. But you run away from that black part of you. You want to run to that white part of you and believe the time that they say, the box that you in, and all of this shit. Then that's how he can always move you because he controls your mind, nigga.
Nah. The white man gives me time. What you niggas gonna give me?
No, the white man controls
What you
your
niggas
mind.
gonna give me? The white man gave me time.
The white man
He gave me 1 hour and 22 minutes. What you niggas gonna give me?
Put you in a position to get cash apps.
The white man gave me 1 hour and 22 minutes. What you gonna give me, Nightish?
No.
What you gonna give me?
Conservative. He puts me in the same position. But the reason why you can get all this shit you got is because of your God, that white man. You know his ice is colder.
I just want the time, bro. All I want is some time, bro.
I'm a black man.
Too much to
So
ask
you
for?
gotta ask Massa about time.
I didn't even have to ask. That's the great thing about it. It was just there.
If you 1 second, nigga,
I just had to use
like the way
time.
you think.
I just had to use the time that was available to me. Like that's the crazy thing about it.
If
I
you
didn't
want
have
to
to
know,
ask
if
for
you
it. It's
want to know
crazy
where
like
you can go, if you want to know what you can do, if you want to know who you can marry and all that other shit, go ask her, tap Massa on her shoulder and say, boss.
Boss, can I have more time, please?
Boss,
can I have more time, boss?
Boss, how should I think?
Boss, I need 1 more
Boss,
minute.
1 second.
I have 1 hour and 23 minutes. I need 1 more minute, boss.
You got to go find Massa and ask him, boss, is we hot? Boss,
I need 1 more. I need 1 more minute.
Educated. Boss, do we know how to say these words?
Boss,
the right
it's
way?
been 1 hour and 24 minutes. I need 1 more minute.
The reason why we fighting is because you love boss. You love Massa.
Let me ask you this then. What would you do without the white man's time?
No,
let's say we was both on African time.
Me questions.
No, I'm asking you questions because I'm trying to get on African time with you.
And you won't answer one. Understand the reason why you asking me questions is because boss is telling you to keep asking me questions.
If we was both on African time together, what would we
We're
be
in
doing?
America. We on white folks' time. We on boss
What you mad
time.
at me for then? I don't understand no more. Now you mad at me because we here on the white man. I told you the white man colonized time, and you trying to act like I'm wrong.
No. The reason why I'm still having this conversation with you is because I love you and you're my brother. But we got to have an honest conversation.
Why can't you admit that the white man colonized time before the black man?
Can I respond? Let me know when I can respond.
I want to ask you why you can't admit that the white
man.
I
can respond.
Shut the fuck up! I want you to
let me know when I can respond.
I want you to answer why the white man colonized time before the black man. That's the question on the table. Why did the white man colonize time before the black man?
I never said that the white man colonized time.
Who the fuck colonized it?
Do you want to answer or
come
no?
up with a minute?
Answer or no?
This is not the African hour.
I want it. Do you want to answer?
You're not running out of African minutes, bro.
Who
colonized time?
No?
Who colonized time?
Or no?
Who colonized time?
Do you want to answer or no?
I want to know who colonized time.
I want to tell you about the beauty of you. Are you comfortable with me telling you about the beauty of you?
I'm highly uncomfortable with that type of conversation.
Okay, so let me say it anyway.
I'm incredibly uncomfortable with talking like that.
1 second.
I want you to tell me who colonized time.
Let me tell you about the beauty of you, because that's where we come from. We didn't think you could own land. We never had that concept.
Really?
What we did is when we saw these strange people that we didn't recognize, we healed them. And we told them how to make the land, make them healthy, and bring them back to being as healthy as they can be. Do you disagree with that?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I want you to keep talking.
I'm saying that when those Native Americans found them pilgrims was dying on them ships. They were sick. And what them Native Americans did was told them how they could live off the land. What I'm saying is that them savages ate pigs and cows and all that other shit. And then us enslaved people that came across the transatlantic slave trade start eating like our masses. What I'm saying to you is the reason why I say axe and can't and don't and won't is because that's how the slave master talk. I would be speaking Swahili or some African language. What I'm saying to you is that you don't own your own fucking mind, nigga.
Oh, you know what? You just read my mind.
Own your own fucking mind, nigga.
I think you read my mind.
What I'm saying to you,
you read my mind. Hold on, let me say
your own fucking mind, and that's why you fighting with me.
So the white man colonized your time, but he didn't colonize your mind.
Your mind.
Yeah, no. Listen, I know what you're saying about me. Listen, night. You can say no. You can say what you want to say about me, but I'm talking about you. The white man colonized your time, but he did not colonize your mind. Is that a correct thing to state?
Time is not a real thing.
Okay, so he didn't colonize time because time is not a real thing, but he didn't colonize your mind either.
Can I answer your questions that you asked me?
Yes, sir.
You're asking me about time, right?
Yeah.
Time is not a real thing.
Okay.
And you are my brother in real life. But because your mind is colonized, that's why we're fighting right now.
So I would argue that my mind and my time
sir. No, wait 1 second, sir. Let me finish my thought. Because to me, you my brother.
Okay. You wasn't with me shooting at the gym, but all right.
But to you, I'm a nigga.
No, you just late. You just out of time. Like
no,
you're not on the same time.
On time.
You ain't on the same type of time. You feel me?
No. Let me help you out.
No,
sir.
you're not on the same type of time.
No. Let me
You
know when
don't
it's my
believe in hours
I'm
and
gonna let
minutes
this
and days and months. You
let me
don't
know when
believe
it's
in the white man's time. I don't think you believe in the white man's time. You believe your time and your mind
what
on
is the
some other
white
shit.
man's
You want a
time?
different type of time. You want a different type of mind.
What is the white man's time?
Days, hours, weeks, months,
Do you
years.
believe that the so cool, let's say right there. Do you believe that the days, the hours, the weeks, the months, and the years are alignment with the astrology that we live in?
Astrology. What the fuck was what? Huh?
Days and times align with stars, right? When people talk about astrology, they talk about Capricorns, Geminis, Aquariuses, Taurus, Leo, and all that shit has something to do with
I need the chat to help me. Why is this nigga getting astrological on me?
because
I'm not with the
saying,
astrological. I don't study astronomy. I don't know what you niggas be talking
what
about.
I'm saying, and that's crazy that you understand me. You believe in, so do you not believe in astrology?
I do not believe in astrology. I'm not an
Right.
astrological
So
nigga.
if,
Y'all niggas is
so
y'all mythological niggas is comical. I swear to God, bro.
Why can't we have a conversation? So if you don't
We
believe
are
in
having a
astrology,
conversation.
so if you
It's a
don't
great
believe in
conversation.
astrology, why do you think it's 365 days in a year?
Because we have measured, well, the white man and all of his colonization
Thank
effort
you.
has
Finally,
time.
nigga. Finally.
The white man has measured that how much
Finally.
time it
Finally.
takes to make up 1
Finally.
year.
Finally. Do you
He has
understand what you
measured the
just
amount of
said?
time it takes to make one day.
Finally, do you understand what you just said?
I understand the white man has colonized time. Yeah.
No, the white man is your God, and he told you what to think.
I didn't say he was God.
That's
I said he was a
think
colonizer.
what you think. You think it's 365 days in a year.
How many days is it? White
So
man
you
says
think
365. How many days does black man say it is?
So you think it's 365 days
No,
in
the
a
white
year,
man says it's
right?
365, and I'm saying how many days.
So
I'm asking
you
how many
think,
days does the black man
so
say it
you
is?
think, so you think it's 365 days in a year,
I
right?
don't think about it. I don't think about it. I don't even know how to think about it. I know the white man has told me that there are 365 days in
And
a
you
year, and I'm willing to
accepted
go
it.
with that. I'm willing
And
to go
you
with that. Yes.
wait.
How many
Let's
days does
have
the
a
black man think
conversation,
there
brother.
are? How
Let's
many
have a
days in the year are
Let's
there
have
in a
a
black year?
conversation, brother.
Yeah, I want to know how many days in the year are there in a black year.
Let's talk about that sick individual. They sedate him. They take his kidney or lung or whatever the fuck is fucked
What that
up.
got to do with
And
the
they
time
take
in the year, bro?
1 second. And they take it from you or me. You know what that individual needs?
More time.
And DNA match.
If he had more time, he could find one.
And you took this person and already made him a man. So this is what I want the chat to know, because I can't keep talking to this
Don't
slow
talk to the
nigga.
chat.
They
Don't talk
keep
to the chat.
showing me
The chat's not
gangbang.
real. The chat isn't real. They don't even have microphones. They're not even real. Why are you talking to people who are not real? Really? Why? They don't even have mics. Why are you talking to people who are not real? You don't believe in the white man's time, but you're talking to people who are not real. This is an amazing study I'm doing tonight. Thank you everybody for listening. I don't often get a chance to do live field research. Most of my field research is done off camera because I'm not like that. I'm not going to record everything I do with everybody. But this has been some incredible field research into the concept of Negro time.
Say it again.
African, like African time, you don't get the same grace, because now you're not seen as just making a broad philosophical point, you're seen as generalizing. And this double standard, for me personally as Mumbi, I think comes from the colonial view of seeing Africa as either too simple or too complex to name. But when we talk about African time, we're talking about patterns that have been noticed by African thinkers across many different societies. That instead of treating time as an abstract, infinite line stretching endlessly into the future, that time in many African societies is tied to events, to seasons, to ceremonies, to memories. Take the 9 to 5 workday.
Shout out to Face Facts watching from the future. I always knew it was possible. I haven't been able to crack that. I haven't been able to, like, you know, penetrate that time barrier between now and the future. But shout out to everybody who has. Face Facts says, I'm already on tomorrow. I'm watching from the future, and women still ain't shit. It's actually comforting to know. Even just like today, tomorrow, they still ain't shit. You know, lets me know I'm on the right track. Freeze on Lou with the $10 super chat. Hood versus Nightish is great content. Shout out to y'all for the dope. It does feel like I'm cooking up some type of high intellect. This is the type of dope. This isn't even dope. This isn't even dope. Dope is for poor people. This is Adderall. We're not even cooking up dope. This is Adderall. This that shit that college kids stay up all night on. Like, why the fuck are they like this, bro? This is the type of shit that college kids stay up all night snorting, bro. We don't cook dope. We just chop up Adderall, bro. This is what we got on home. This is a whole other type of hustle. This is a whole other type of lane we on, all right? Niggers sell dope. All right? I sell Adderall. This is what we're on right now. This is a whole other type of high.
For example, it's an example of Western industrial time born out of factories instead of human rhythm. The question is just to ask, does life really fit neatly into this box, or are there other ways of being? Are there other ways that we can have a relationship to time other than this? So not to say something is right or wrong, but just to say that the Western commodification of time as something that can be spent, saved, wasted, or lost is not universal. And the idea of progress, development, or seeing time as something linear, something mechanical, and something extractive is also not universal. And my interest is just to reclaim and to think about other ways of being and other ways to have relationships to time.
Do you think it's possible to have a different relationship to time than what she's talking about right now, Night? I think Nightish hit some Adderall. He'll be back in a minute. I wonder what relationship to time is possible, if not the measured, structured relationship to time that we have all become accustomed to in the Western world. Nightish, mic check. That's a weird noise I'm hearing from over there. Nightish, are you there? Is Nightish on African time? No, this isn't Nightish. This is Dopish. This is Oxy-ish. This is Fentish. This Pipish right here. Shout out to Sleepish. Did Night fall asleep? Night is the only narcoleptic YouTuber you will ever get, bro. All you got to do is give that nigga 40 seconds of the white man's time uninterrupted, and he might fall asleep on you. It's like a 60-40 chance that nigga will fall asleep on you if you catch him on the wrong type, bro. If you catch him at the right moment, that nigga will fall asleep on you, bro.
So I've been interested in unpacking ideas of African time. And of course, when we say African time, we're not taking the entire African continent as a single story, because we know that Africa is vast with thousands of different peoples, each with their own complex philosophies. But something I noticed, and I just want to point out, is you'll notice that when we say something is Western, for example, Western time, nobody asks us to list every single European or North American country that we're talking about, because it's understood and implied that the West isn't a monolith. When we say Western, we're just talking about patterns. But when we say something is African, like African time, you don't get the same grace, because now you're not seen as just making a broad philosophical point, you're seen as generalizing. And this double standard, for me personally as Mumbi, I think comes from the colonial view of seeing Africa as either too simple or too complex to name. But when we talk about African time, we're talking about patterns that have been noticed by African thinkers across many different societies. That instead of treating time as an abstract, infinite line stretching endlessly into the future, that time in many African societies is tied to events, to seasons, to ceremonies, to memories. Take the 9 to 5 workday, for example. It's an example of Western industrial time born out of factories instead of human rhythm. The question is just to ask, does life really fit neatly into this box, or are there other ways of being? Are there other ways that we can have a relationship to time other than this? So not to say something is right or wrong, but just to say that the Western commodification of time as something that can be spent, saved, wasted, or lost is not universal.
And look at me. I'm talking all muted up on white man's time. This is terrible. I just threw the link in the chat. If y'all want to come up for one last round on white man's time, this is the chance. We got one last chance to get up on the mic on white man's time. Nightish done fell asleep. The white man's time has conquered Nightish. This is exactly how they conquered Africa, by the way. Niggas was talking shit.
Hey, yo, Nightish.
Next thing you know, white man was in charge of everything, bro. This is exactly what happened in Africa, bro. This is Africa time. Nigga fell asleep under a tree, and he gonna wake up talking about how the white man ain't shit. I promise you, I swear to God, this is exactly what happened to Africa. This is why I don't trust you niggas, bro. Nigga fell asleep under the tree. Soon as he wake up, he gonna be like, fucking white people. Watch, I swear to God, acting like somebody did something to him.
Yo, man, this ain't the time to be sleeping, B. Come on, we gotta wake up, B. Yo, Nightish.
Nigga done lost the plot, bro. You was supposed to be up here trying to prove to me that you on your own type of time. This is what the Negroes do with time. This is exactly what Negroes do with time. This is you see why I have been working to get my white privilege card?
Yeah.
This is exactly why I've been working. I've been up. I go to work. I live stream. Almost every non-sleeping hour of my day has been devoted to an economically productive activity because I realize what it is on African Negro time. I would much rather become productive on the white man's time. Look at this shit. This is what Negroes do with time.
Hey, Freeze up, bring your ass up here, man. Hey, yo, that's diabolical, man. Night Van Winkle. I'm done. Bring your ass up here, nigga.
Bro, ain't this a metaphor? This is a perfect metaphor for African time. I was up here talking about the white man that colonized time, and this nigga fell asleep, bro.
Yo, go ahead.
You see what I mean? This is why Africa ain't shit. This is exactly why Africa is one giant conglomerate of shithole countries, bro. Because the white man colonized time, and you niggas is up here asleep under a tree.
Just play.
This is
Khalid,
amazing,
man. Play Khalid, man. Just play Khalid, man.
This shit really terrible. I swear to God, bro. And niggas, bro, ain't just niggas. I swear, bro, ain't nothing like niggas, man.
I'm telling you, man. This the reason why I be hating niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. It just be us. I be hating niggas, man.
Here I am, a whole grown adult black man, staying up after my bedtime, after I done put in the honest work on the white man's time. I'm up here on my free black man's time trying to make some money, and this fat nigga falling the fuck asleep because he can't do nothing but be on nigga African time. You see what I mean, bro? This is the shit I be talking. This is why Africa is Africa. This is why I don't want to live in Africa.
Man, me, bro, how all the videos you had shown us of Africa and the women. I mean, unless we go to Ethiopia, Eritrea, I hope that I said that right, Eritrea. The other ones ain't some South African, some. I work with a couple of them. They ain't really. I mean, unless we get in.
Mr. O, watch this nigga wake up telling us what we got to do to fix the community. 7 o'clock in the morning, he gonna wake up with a plan to fix the community.
Time is waiting. Waiting is time.
Ain't that a bitch? A white man wrote that little thing, didn't he? That was a nice little ditty bop right there. Time is waiting. Waiting is time.
And money.
Fucking African time. I'm using every energy I can extract from my DNA to get off African time.
Something that can be spent, saved, wasted, or lost is not universal. And the idea of progress, development, or seeing time as something linear, something mechanical, and something extractive is also not universal. And my interest is just to reclaim and to think about other ways of being and other ways to have relationships to time.
This nigga want to sleep time away.
Bro. This your man's right here, though. This your man. Oh, no, he was talking all that stuff. He said you ain't that, he didn't know you was this type of nigga and everything, man. Look, bro.
This is amazing.
You know what? I want to know why you never read my fucking super chat I sent, man. What, you don't like the white man's money or his time?
I actually do appreciate the white man's money. The white man's time, the white man's money has actually created like an extra billion Africans. The white man's time and money is a powerful tool if you use it correctly. Shout out to Angry Snowman with the $5 super chat. How the fuck every convo always ends up about whitey? See, only black people called the white man superior. Listen. I done gave you credit as a representative of Team White Man. I done gave you credit for your colonization of time. Clearly, the African mind hasn't really grasped time colonization. And so, I mean, you know, shout out to the white man. This is why I'm happy to be I'm a product of Western culture. Nigga and everything. I'm still a product of Western culture. And shout out to the white man's time, you know. It is what it is.
Well, I don't even know how this conversation got where it got. That was so crazy. I know, right? It was so crazy.
This is the wildest
shit.
I
was gonna say the same thing, bro. I thought you were playing a clip of a conversation that happened like long ago. I didn't know this was like a live.
Yeah, this was a live. This was a real time stroke that we just watched happen.
Yo, you know what's so funny? How the nigga Knight kept falling back into it's like reading a pro-black script about the Harlem Globetrotters and back in the day when we used to do all it. The nigga was living in African time. I kept thinking about the Zamani every time he kept going through because you know what we call that in the manosphere? The Negro tap dance through history, right? That's like a little phrase I picked up over the years. Niggas always be moonwalking through history and shit. And then he started doing that, and I was like, holy shit, it's the Zamani.
Dude,
that's what she was talking about.
Dude, he caused me to hit a white supremacy triple-double hat trick on my bingo card.
Hold on, what's the triple-double hat trick? What are the three elements of your triple-double hat trick?
Dude, the white man, the white man, the white man.
Well, okay. It always goes back to the white man. I mean, listen. Am I wrong?
This dude ice skated across everything, and it was all the white man. The white man, the white man, the white man.
Am I wrong, though, in saying that, listening to the African conception of time, the white man has effectively colonized time, because she mentioned this by name. The white people use
Look,
time
all I
as
got
a
to say,
measure of progress,
all I
whereas the
know is
African mind does not use time as a measure of progress.
Look, after the other day when you first showed us this fine young, African dark chocolate queen, milk chocolate queen, sitting, giving her understanding of time, it all made dude, Negro time made so much more sense after that.
You can just say CPT.
I'm just going to say Negro time made so much more sense.
Yeah, shout out to Negro time. It's a fascinating thing.
I'm just saying, dude. Come on.
Well, okay. Well, okay. So Africans did have a conception of time, but the European evolved it to a point to where it's more linear and abstract, which helped with long-term planning, right? It helped in the long term.
You can only build mud huts in the rainy season, man.
Well,
right.
Dry season, technically.
Dry season. Yeah. Technically. There's trade-offs with both of them. Because when you don't worry about time, and there's actually European countries that have a kind of lackadaisical conception of time. They open when the fuck they want to. Places like Italy, where they may have set hours, but they'll close whenever the fuck they want to. They've regressed in that fashion in regards to time.
Hey, you know what? White people that have businesses that are open on Sunday and they don't open until noon piss me off.
Let me jump.
Well, they're actually paying for it now. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to really be there. Like, you could buy property for cheap in Italy right now because of that very reason.
Wow. Let me just do a little station business real quick. Face Facts with the 199 says, ask Rollo G. That niggas knows everything. Shout out to Face Facts with the 199. I think when we were talking about time, though, and especially as it relates to like this African lady talking about the African mind and all that, I didn't really have the same open panel reviewing it live like I did with SKC. But I think it's fascinating, especially with Nightish. I'm obviously asleep right now, and the whole thing just made such an interesting kind of encapsulation of what she was talking about. Like the idea of like carpe diem. I think it's significant that carpe diem isn't a phrase in African language. I guarantee you it's not.
How many people you really think know what carpe diem means?
Right, seize the day, meaning that you only have now to do what you can do, so you must do what you can do right now.
I bet you most people think it's going carp fishing in a river somewhere.
Well, carpe sounds like a fish, right? Doesn't it?
Seize the carp.
I mean, listen. The next day off I get, I probably will go fishing, but that's not the point.
Well, if you've seen Dead Poet Society, at least, then you have some conception of carpe diem, which I want to say most people have seen. Mm-hmm. I would like to think most people have seen, but
that's a great thing. I don't know if you realize this, but you just opened my mind to another dangerous question.
Shit. I'll mute up. Here we go.
What is African poetry? Specifically, I understand. Fuck you all the way with a giant black cock. All right, shut up, you angry snowman. I'm asking a question. Since Africans
moon and sun and rain and sun.
hey, listen here, Irishman. We should be talking.
Written language. Since Africans don't have a proper written language, is there poetry in African languages?
I mean, do the what's the name, like the stick characters count? Like it drawing in the sand.
I'm curious. So, because like if you have a language that only consists of the spoken word, all right, fair enough, right? Spoken word, it is what it is. What are the poems? What are the the odes to love that have been written down, or no, written down isn't even a word, but what are the God damn it, it almost automatically feels like if you're in the
brother, they have
poetry.
they do have
you don't have
poetry.
written,
Wait. They don't have written.
sure. Well, what's
Okay.
an African poem? I need you to tell me an African poem. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fucking fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
Got a fucking baby.
I just think that African poem will be sending a whole bunch of pops and clicks and like what I'm saying, stuff like that. I just can't this.
I'm sorry. I hate myself for asking a question, but what is African poetry?
Nah, they got poetry. Like I know Nigeria has something called, I think it's called I forgot how to pronounce it, but it's like oriki. A lot of it is just
recite an African poem. Recite one.
It's
say it
it's
right now.
I'm America first, man. Like what you mean? You know we don't know that shit. You know we don't know that shit. I'm sure if I looked into it, I would find it, but that doesn't mean we don't. You know, just because we don't know it, you know.
I bet you they don't have a book. I bet you they don't have a book more than 20 pages.
I hope there's
a zombie sana squash banana the quarter jungle like
nigga, that's the jungle book. That's the jungle book. Nigga. This nigga trying to sing the jungle book.
The Lion King, but yeah.
Alright, so you know, South Africans.
I want to hear that shit. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that shit. I'm not accepting none of these words. I'm not accepting none of this shit. I want to hear real, authentic whistles. I want to hear real whistles. Y'all niggas lying to me because I'm black and I don't know nothing. No, I want to hear real African poetry.
The circle of life.
Zulu. Let's look up a Zulu poem. Let's look up a Zulu.
I want to hear a real African poem. Y'all gonna make me Google that shit. Y'all gonna make me Google that shit. I swear to God, I'm about to Google an African poem. I want to know just shit to giggles. I want to know because my eyes.
I got a Zulu poem. I got a Zulu poem.
I want to hear it. All right, you got it. I want to hear it.
It goes, nigga, Bashamba, Kuwo, Aha Bolo.
No, your Zulu poem can't start with nigga, bro. Your Zulu poem do not start with nigga. Stop over. This is not right.
It does. Hold on, man. Hold on. That's it. I'm putting in the private chat. You think I'm bullshitting? Hold on.
It's not right. I swear to God, y'all niggas misleading me. Y'all miseducating me, man. I want to hear a real African. Fuck it. Now I'm gonna go to Google. I can't trust the blacks. That's my problem.
I don't know any.
It's been my blacks.
Yeah.
My whole life. 43. I'm gonna be 43 soon. I cannot trust the blacks. 40 some odd years, bro. This is fucking shame.
Who told you to do it in the first place? Who lied to you? Who told you to do it in the first place, nigga? I mean,
I imagine it has to exist, but for some reason, the first thing that pops up, look, I shit you not. Let me share this with y'all. The first thing that is it me or is it just Google? Why did that pop up for? Poem. I typed it wrong. My bad. That was me.
Oh wow,
that was me. I totally typed it wrong. My bad. That
was totally me. Your auto suggest is telling on you, Hood.
One little letter and everything goes left, bro.
Hey.
All right.
One letter and everything is about to go dark. All right.
This gotta go on Rumble now.
Oh yeah, man. This
is why you're not supposed to
Zoom to Rumble.
This is exactly why you don't drink damn life. You're so close to the sun, you have no idea.
Hey,
you don't even know.
What's that by Toto called Africa? I bless
Hold
the
on,
rain
hold on.
down
We
in
about
Africa.
to read an African poem. Nah, nigga, I'm about to educate you.
Hey, I
African
like
poem,
that, though.
dude.
Bro, y'all troglodytes. Y'all never read an African poem until just now. That's what I'm doing for y'all, because I fucks with y'all.
That's because I
I'm
can't read African.
Hey, yo, we gonna
It's
get
'cause you're
culture tonight. He's
African.
not
All
white.
right. First of all, I call bullshit. African Poetry by Beth Restrick. What the fuck is
What?
that?
That sounds
Wait,
like
what?
the whitest name ever.
You see what I mean?
See,
Damn, you know Whitey's
no.
colonized African poetry, bro.
Type in
Zulu.
type in Zulu poems.
Yep.
Right.
Let's do Zulu.
I always
said
gotta go
that,
back
see?
to the Zulus though. Not like the Zulus run everything. Y'all need, that just sounds like Zulu centrism.
Hey,
Well,
type
you
it
said
in.
you that was your original question. You asked if there are any Zulu poems. That was your original question. So
Zulu poems. All right, I didn't misspell it this time because that would have been crazy.
I don't want to see that kind of content. I don't want to see Zulu.
All they have to shut it all down and erase the
It's
screen
that
and act
top
like
lane.
it never
How
happened.
many of you motherfuckers up here can actually read Zulu?
I don't think Zulu is a written language, but that's not even
It
here nor
is.
there.
It actually is. You can actually learn on Duolingo. I've been learning. One of the South African chicks at my job, I want to crack.
Speak some
Speak.
fucking Zulu to me, Mr.
Promise
O.
you the right man
Speak some
wrote it.
fucking Zulu.
I promise you the right man wrote it down. The Zulu is not an African written language. Look, these
Mr.
are
O
all
got a Zulu bitch.
Look at this. This is Zulu poem written in English letters. Nishin English Mbao
Bitch, at
Kuo
least wash your fucking
Olumbayo
feet.
Olumbatwe English Wafulana Wolona Alamo Valala Ambwele Itemba Lami Lilweta Kue Mzili Ngwangi.
That sounded like Big J Triple X trying to say something.
It does, bro. I feel so retarded trying to read Zulu. Reading Zulu makes me feel retarded. This is not. I feel wrong. I shouldn't even do this. This feels racist. All right. Let me stop for a minute. Now that I feel racist, let me bring up Orthodox guy. Orthodox guy, are you still here? No, he left. Jesus Christ.
Nightish.
Orthodox guy in the back chat, he says, I just came up to apologize to Nightish. Nightish, I'm sorry for earlier today when you hopped up on my panel. I had ignorant people I had to smack down. Oh,
Don't fucking apologize to this old simping fucking instigator.
You just ruined orthodoxy for me. And now it's just the one black guy, and that kind of fucks up orthodoxy. I need more white people to be orthodox. Orthodox guy just fucked it up. Anyway,
I'm still stuck on Mr. O Zulu pimping at work. What's up, What's up, Mr. O?
Hey man, look, man. It's the accent.
Does she wash your feet?
Zulu Don Juan, bro.
Hey man, nah man, I had to look, bro. You gotta speak their language, bro. Look, man, she got that accent. She been hitting the gym. You know what I'm saying? She been getting her waist snatched. Her ass is already nice and jiggly and fat. And,
What kind of nasty ass food has she cooked for you?
She ain't cooked me yeah, but she know how to cook that.
Probably because she knows you won't eat it.
Probably.
Shaka Zulu.
Yep. It's the accent for me though. Free Zone Lou. Yeah. You know they got that like that fake British. It's like British meets Jamaican type of accent. You know, it's like both at the same time, but it's neither. You know that type of deal.
Dreams from Africa, my homeland. Eyes on the steps in the movement. Bounded with colors, all about Africa. Enjoying the music of traditional Bro, what is this? What is this? What the fuck is this? Is this a poem?
It's an poem by Edward Coffey Lewis. This is like a westernized African, maybe. I'm hoping it's not a white man.
You know,
but
I got a book with a bunch of Norse poems in it.
Nabile.
I mean, but Norse have been writing things down for like 1,000 years. They got like runes and all, not just runes. There's another type of Norse writing, I believe. But yeah, that's my whole point in bringing this whole conversation up. Like, you know, what are poems in an oral language? You would probably forget most of the things that were ever said because it's not a written language, which makes me not trust African concepts of history because you don't even believe in time. If you don't believe in time as a concept, the way like Westerners have kind of synchronized time, Westerners have measured time in infinite increments that go off into the increment future. The indefinite incremental future is a concept of westernized time. And without that, it's hard to imagine this oral African history tradition.
How do you express yourself if you don't have an expression for your expression?
Yeah. Expression in and of itself is a conceptual idea. Like, what's the African word for expression? And so it's beyond just a it's beyond just a linear thing in terms of time. It's also a linguistic thing, right? Because the language that you use to actually speak, it kind of denotes your mental process, right? If you don't have a word for a particular thing, then it's hard to actually internally conceive of that thing. And so when I say, you know, I'm thankful that I'm a Westerner, you know, black, American, nigga, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
I am thankful that by the right of birth, I have totally skipped this entire evolutionary developmental stage of being stuck on the infinite Zamani, where time is this quasi cloudy future, maybe doesn't even exist thing. And I can imagine, by right of birth, I imagine time as something that does exist, and I do have some ability to alter what might be my future from the present into the future, right? Whatever my future may be, I can alter that by my actions right now. And I don't know if the African conception of time, the way this African girl was presenting it, really describes that. And by the product of being born a natural black Westerner, I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to imagine what it's like to be that way.
Think about this, Hood.
That was deep.
If one little thing would have changed in the past, you could very easily today be a big old plate-lipped, stretch-necked, binding my head and black dude, like dark black, like charcoal black, like, you know, black, night black, running around in the fucking Serengeti somewhere.
Is it interesting
how like black folk, hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, you know how like black folk talk about slavery as if it were the ultimate L that we ever took as like some kind of genetic species or whatever. But imagine this: if my ancestors, and this is on my mother's side, because my father's from the Caribbean, but it applies to him too. It applies to my father's side too, because whatever happened, and his lineage survived it. Because the fact, in the grand scheme of male existence, the fact that I reproduced 3 times makes me a king among most men historically, right?
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the fact that my father's genes from the Caribbean side of the transatlantic slavery, and the fact that my mother's genes from the American side of transatlantic slavery did not get wiped out in the grand span of time is a testament to the men and women who carried those genes before me.
Now, look, let me go ahead.
Like,
Go ahead.
I'm stopping.
No, it just fascinates me that with such a rich history, everybody want to go ahead and promote this place called Africa, even though that's not technically the original name of the place. It was named after a white man. So again, Snowman, half of you by proxy is still your fault, Brad. It just fascinates me that, you know, they want to talk bad about America every time they get over here, right? But we all can understand each other, you know, minus our browner, more Hispanic or Spanish speaking brethren of this nation, legally and illegally. We all can speak one language.
You the only motherfuckers got problems with them. I don't.
Whatever. We would speak the same English language from LA to New York, between Houston to Chicago. But how y'all don't over that so-called motherland with all the so-called rich history resources? How come you got all them different countries on one big continent, but y'all ain't got one singular, at least one singular language to speak amongst y'all own? I'm just saying, y'all gotta have your own.
It's
What's the name?
English. It's called English. They do.
No. Even before I'm
Africa
talking about,
never really had a proper king until like the white people came along, and even then they never had a proper king. But like Africa as a continent never had a proper king, and so in order for them to have one language, they would need to have one unifying culture, and they never really had that. They just had tribes warring against one another, and none of the tribes ever rose to any real like regional dominance the way like European tribes. Like to this day, the fight for European dominance reverberates across the globe.
hey, yeah, face facts. He like Blade, but he more the American side. You know what I'm saying? Tethers the vampire, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But he mostly a New York nigga.
He a day walker.
Well, I kind of want to take the other side of that argument because I would argue that it's not feasible that Africa would have that cohesiveness, since it's like Africa is like 3 times the size of the U.S. I think you could fit
True.
like the U.S. I think you could. What is it?
Almost
The
all of
U.S.,
Europe in it.
China, India, most of Europe. Like you could fit all of this in Africa.
Right.
So
Africa's actually like
I
the
wouldn't
biggest
expect
continent.
Africa to have that kind of cohesiveness when it's that large of a
It'd be dope
landmass.
to Africa though. Wouldn't that be weird if the whole world moved to Africa and colonized it? We could have African
Yeah.
king. We could have
That would
African.
be interesting because the whole world could actually, I mean, theoretically, well, most of the
African
world
China,
could fit in
Well,
Africa.
what I find
African
interesting the most
Russia.
about Africa is most of its written history is all around the Mediterranean area.
Right.
Most of it is. That's where all
You
the
know,
writing
Right.
happened.
and
Hey,
that's just a
written
small region.
history.
That well, if you think about the Mediterranean is such a small region of Africa. Africa is such a huge fucking landmass, and
Right,
that's where
This is
but the Mediterranean geographically has such a huge I'm sorry, has such a huge advantage. Like if you live near the sea, that means that ships from outside and
right.
the
I get
outside
that.
world can interact with you a lot
I,
easier than
it's
somebody who's in like
well,
sub-Saharan Africa.
I guess what I'm getting at is
let me
like where Hood was. Is I'm really baffled that even the people in Southern Africa didn't have any kind of written language of any kind to be able to write down any of the concepts or thoughts or ideas that they were trying to, you know, express to people.
yesterday, Snowman. I was on a chaotic truths channel, and I rarely get a chance to really like shine on Chaotic's channel because it'd be a lot of people there. But somebody paid money for me to get 5 minutes uninterrupted. And one of the things I raised on Chaotic's channel while I was there was like the cargo code and the fact that I don't think that the African continent, as far as Black Africa is concerned, I don't think that Africa is the cradle of civilization the way we were taught. If anything, civilization has probably entered into Africa because when you talk about Egypt, Egypt is always pointed to as like Africa, blah 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 blah. But technically, as far as white people traveling over land is concerned, that's as far away from the Black Africans you can get on the African continent, right? You literally, if once you leave Egypt, you're kind of in the Middle East, and then you go up north into Turkey, and then you're into Europe after that. Like that's
Hmm.
as close. That's as far as you can get into Africa as civilization is concerned, and that's really the prominent African civilization is Egypt, right? And the white man really never penetrated Africa until the Belgian era when you had
Yep.
like Leopold in the Congo and all that stuff.
Right.
But I firmly disbelieve the entire civilization started in Africa concept at this point. It almost kind of creates a psychological burden for the Black African because, like, all right, if you
I could buy. Well, look, I could buy the Mediterranean area being
well,
the
because
cradle.
the Mediterranean area was like a seagoing area, and
Well, and if you think about it,
bro.
the Mediterranean encompasses, Africa and Europe all together.
Right.
You
So
know what I'm
but
saying?
Black
And that's why
Africa doesn't swim nor sail. That's my point.
fair enough. I can't argue that.
So when you tell me that civilization started in Africa, and I'm like, well, the civilization you're talking about, that's about as far as white folk are willing to go. Below Egypt, they were like, you niggas got it.
Well, wasn't there a time when black folk didn't recognize Egypt as part of Africa?
Mm-hmm. I just think that was before niggas really knew how to read a map.
I'm just asking,
That's why I feel like we got lied to about a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
Oh yeah,
Straight cat, bro. Like I was saying this on Chaotic's panel. Like when it comes to like the Black studies, the ethnic studies program, that whole field of study, that whole bullshit endeavor, a lot of us have been lied to the point of injury because we really want to believe like, all right, first we was monkeys and then we built a pyramid. Yeah, look, isn't that all right? We was monkeys and then we built the pyramid.
Yeah,
Let me ask you
and then the white man stole it all. That's a
You
crazy
think-
story, bro.
Do you think the reason? Well, do you think that? I don't. Let me marinate on what I'm trying to ask.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I know.
Go ahead.
It's some heavy shit. I'm sorry for bringing such a mental burden to the conversation.
Did everybody get their is everybody high right now? At least some high, but
I am
Oh,
high.
dude, I am fucking baked right now, dude. I've had like 3 gummies.
I've been drinking since before I even fired up this stream. I was drinking on the last stream, and we're gonna end the stream soon now because I gotta get up in the morning. But that's just my thoughts. Like I think monkeys to pyramids to the white man stole it all to we was kangs. That shit don't make no type of actual sense, but it's a cool story, bro.
Wait, what? Great. Now, what's our motto? We was kings. We was kings.
I've always been confused as to how the lesser being that was, the
Whoa, that
unequal,
sounds very racist.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out how the white man who was created by this 2-brained fucking Yakubian god man and because of his treachery was locked in a cave somewhere up in the Caucasus mountains and stuff, managed to break free of his imprisonment. This unintelligent, incapable, pale, pasty white man who didn't even know how to wipe his own ass until, black people showed him how to do it. How did he manage to take over the fucking world? How?
You're cool, bro. Yakub is your real Jesus. That's the thing.
How?
You just
I don't understand. Look, dude, the black man created everything except for gay and racism, and the white man fucking destroyed everything he built. He just came through with his technology and just wiped the fucking the chocolate gods and goddesses off the face of the planet, and just started doing whatever he wanted with all the shit they created. How did that happen?
Hey, you made it a hot line. I made it a hot song, bro. Like what?
That's why we drink Hennessy. That's why we smoke menthols. That's because we niggas. I mean, we don't need no reason to fuck shit up.
I concur. I've never needed a reason. It was all internal. Whatever reason existed, it didn't even matter. I just felt like doing it.
Hey, I mean, y'all had strength in numbers, and y'all got civilized after we taught y'all how to wipe our ass, keep y'all animals outside instead of inside the damn house, and we probably taught y'all a little bit about warfare, and y'all got good at it. I mean, hey, shit,
how to stop spreading lice and shit, and
yeah. It was the Italians. See, the Italians after we
and then somehow, for some reason, you guys all forgot how to do the shit, and then we had to start teaching you guys how to do it again. How the fuck did that happen?
No, that was different. See, that was our cousins, the uncivilized ones. You know what I'm saying? The ones that they didn't leave North Morocco and stuff like that. See, this what happened. See, the Italians and Sicilians, and I think by proxy, some Irish young people, they got mad at the Moors, the black dudes, for fucking they bras. And you see, remember the Italians was
What the
blonde
fuck
hair
are
and
we
blue
talking
eye.
about now?
You know, the Italians was
Well,
blonde
I
hair,
mean,
blue eye.
I think a lot of that is irrelevant, right? Because
Right.
Oh,
even
okay.
if the African did create everything first, let's say they did, the European like weaponized all of that stuff into global domination.
Yes, he
So
did.
it's like, yeah, okay,
I told you he colonized
you know, get
time. I
like
give a
okay,
fuck on
give
that.
you see
I
what I'm
give a
saying
fuck.
though, but it's like, okay, give us credit. Okay, we'll give you credit. You created everything,
All right, you
but
built the pyramid, but
you
you
made it a
owe
hot
me.
line.
You made it for
You
us, and then we
that's
took
what I'm
it from you
saying,
when you
bro.
weren't.
Like, bro, you made it a hot line, but we made it a hot song. It's
That's
as
all.
simple as that.
You
Yeah.
built
You
the
can't be.
pyramid, but you got to give me money every month to live in this pyramid.
Yeah,
Hey,
and we'll break you off. You know what I'm saying? We'll break you off something for the hotline. We'll appreciate it. That's
Pyramid
dope.
welfare.
But
Pyramid
we made it.
welfare for all Africans.
hey,
Yeah.
racketeering
Even
and
better.
extortion has made the world go round since the beginning of time.
Even better. Y'all gonna get down or y'all gonna lay down. If y'all gonna lay down, y'all gonna stay down.
That sounds
And
like
that,
something that probably happened.
yeah, Dave's the original beans.
Yeah.
All I know is I hope that meteor that's heading towards Earth is actually an alien mothership that's coming to fucking wipe everybody out, dude, for real. Because I don't know how much more of these fucking morons.
Hey, man. Hey, hold on. Hold the fuck
Dude,
on.
that would be the best thing that could be done. That'd be the
Why
best
we
thing
gotta go
for
because you wanna
humanity. For
go?
real. Let's keep it real.
Hey, why we gotta go
Oh
because you
man, I
wanna
haven't
go, bro?
used to look into that. I've been hearing about that. I do not want to look closer into that because if aliens come, I want to genuinely be surprised.
Dude,
Man, look,
this motherfucker looks like the Ferrari of meteorites floating through space.
look,
I swear to God, dude.
See, that's why I don't want to
All
look.
aerodynamic,
Whenever that
dude, it's all
happens,
aerodynamic
I
and
want to be
shit.
like, oh shit.
Spearhead.
Again, look, bro. Y'all
It looks
gotta
like
read
a
the
big
book.
old.
These are,
You know what a
these are
crocodile?
Elon Musk aliens.
Hey, you know what the?
I
You know what a
don't want to
crocodile?
get excited for Elon Musk aliens, bro. I'm waiting for the real thing. These are the planned aliens. I'm waiting for the real ones.
This is the project that being that blues. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all number hoax and all that other stuff, man. Believe half what you hear and none that you see, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no. What y'all need to worry about is that Red Sea though being red now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie about that though.
Dude, you're talking to somebody who's on the wagon from the conspiracy theories, dude. I've been down so many fucking rabbit holes. You ain't telling me nothing I don't know. Don't try and get me to get off the wagon, dude. It ain't happening.
Hey, man, look, I've been you talking about you. I've been down so many damn rabbit holes. Me and Bugs Bunny are neighbors.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
dude.
Well, let me ask a question. Again, I'm playing the devil's advocate side of African time. This is the question.
They don't believe in time.
If African societies, because of the way that they look at time, it opens the door to value things like presence over long term time, right? So my question is, if African societies valued presence over the standardized clock that the European brought in, were they living more fulfilled lives than the West and in the European? Because time that linear conception of time actually puts on more stress and opens you up to more burnout that the African probably didn't experience because they're not constricted by things like time like that. So what's the trade-off? Is it, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get at the trade-off aspect of it.
The trade-off is when you die and time stops.
I mean, I'm dead. What difference does that make? You
Are
see
we
what I'm
talking
saying?
about
So
time again?
Well, growth. Maybe you be lost in so-called aspects of time that you actually know the process or the theory of growth. Like, how can you actually know if you're moving forward or you are doing something better in your life if you doesn't see anything different without growing and probably moving or adjusting?
Well, look, I believe wasn't it?
right.
Well,
But the problem with that is that you're never actually living in the moment. You're always projected towards the future, which creates a type of anxiety that plays a part in what we live in now.
But that, well, with that being said, we know that we have time to either A, stay where we are, or we have the space to grow. If we don't understand that we have this thing called time, will stay put, and then we'll be basically
You
like a
know,
tree.
I
Well,
refuse to
no.
believe that.
They
Hold
have.
on,
Well, no,
because
they
I
had a conception of time. They did have a conception of time. It's just that they marked time differently. It
yeah, I was
wasn't
gonna.
a
I
linear and
think
abstract thing.
It
I was
was
gonna say
circular.
I
I think
refuse to
there is.
believe that there isn't some form of timekeeping that they use, even if it's a primitive form.
No,
Like,
no,
No,
no.
like
they kept
You're
time. It was
actually
just
right.
very
This is
primitive. Go
it
ahead.
is
Go ahead, Hood.
that's
My
the
bad.
point. That's the point. It is actually the conversation I think that's most important about this like video or the series of videos with that African girl is she's explaining the nature of a primitive conception of time, which is not to say that it's some kind of moral judgment on Africa or Africans per se, but the more primitive conception of time is an endless living in the moment. And the problem with an endless living in the moment is that the
Mm-hmm.
moment that we live in right now is a product of the past that we've all like lived, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
if you accept that your moment now is a product of the past, then you would actually divert some of your energy of the now into creating better moments of the future. But because they lack a proper conception between now and future, they don't necessarily spend all of their time or a significant portion of their time in the now living for the future. And so when they talk about like, and when I brought this up when I was on the panel with SKC Free Zone, I think you were probably there to some degree, but the
Mm-hmm.
idea of milling about, right? This is something that's very common with non-European cultures, especially non-Western cultures, where if I have nothing to do, I do nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of using my time to actually benefit instead of using now to create a better future now, I just live in the now. And that is a huge mental difference in the not only the mental outscape of the Western versus non-Western mind, but in the productivity projection of the Western mind versus the non-Western mind. Where in the Western mind, time is always being consumed by something. And it's a matter of what
Mm-hmm.
you choose to consume that time with that makes up your life. Whereas in the non-Western mind, it's almost like time consumes you until you do something.
That sounds
Right.
like some
Because
bullshit
right. Right.
on both.
Yeah. Because in the African mind, all you have is now, and the future is not guaranteed. So like, why concern yourself with it? Which it has it has its negatives, but it also has its positives because that means you're fully into what is now, which I think is what the West lacks a lot of. Now, I think there's a healthy balance in the middle, right, where you have time for productivity for the future, and then once that time is done, you relegate all the rest of the time to the present, which I think a lot of people nowadays like struggle with because
Oh,
they're either so obsessed with the past, which is why they always have these historical conversations, or
Like high
they're
school.
obsessed with the future, which is
so
something that hasn't even been materialized, so you can't even treasure what you have now.
Like retired.
I think in a Western perspective, like especially from an American Western perspective, the closest we could come to that conceptualization are fucking hippies.
Now you see, look, I was just about to
Right,
say
right.
boomers.
Dude, you're
I
going down
said
a
that.
dude.
Yeah.
And now,
That's a slippery slope.
yeah, because it was the fucking hippies, the boomers, the young boomers who thought they could live outside of the linear reality of time.
Age of fucking Aquarius.
And so putting it in that context, especially all of us have been.
That sounds like a beautiful
red-pilled
place
and
to end it,
manosphered.
dude. That sounds like a beautiful place to end it.
It almost does, because now you see why that shit feels like a horrible thing to engage in, because now you're engaging in the very fantasy that the boomers have cursed us with.
Bro, can we just have a breakthrough together?
Well,
Even
Nightish should
Nightish?
still sleep, but yeah, we had
He's
a
in
breakthrough.
He's
Nightish
in
should sleep. That nigga is hearing Negro spirit. That's not the same thing. That's like African time. You know, it's not the same thing.
I just want to
But we
point
did.
out them old ass Gen Xers are basically boomers, man.
Oh yeah. See, I told you. Look, listen to this, Snowman. When I talk about Gen X, I look. All right, so the Generation X is the older Gen X. I say up to like 1971, 72, 1971, 72. All the rest of y'all cool. Y'all Gen Xers. Generation X, them motherfuckers. Man, you talking about a double-minded man, like that chick that was trying to treat you and put you in your place hood. I wish I could come up there to Sharon's panel, but I can't subscribe
Oh,
to
you talking about PH Diva?
bro.
Dude, she wants to be white so bad. You can tell by how she talks.
And
you know what I noticed about that?
Have you
panel?
noticed she's got that snide white girl laugh?
Yo, as soon as PH Diva came onto the panel, bro, this was so gay. I swear to God, this was like really homosexual, not non-physical homosexual behavior.
But everybody up there got on their knees and started sucking on her pussy lips.
Bro, they sucked her dick.
Nightish.
She grew a dick just for them to suck, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah, they worship her over there, bro.
Hey, Nightish, you ain't gonna wait on
as soon as she came up, bro, they was like, "Oh, PH Diva here. You niggas about to act different." I'm like, "Bro, she just a girl. Why y'all doing that, bro? She's just a girl." That shit really, I'm confused right now. In this moment, I'm still confused. I am perplexed.
It was an interesting conversation, man. Like I don't know if you reviewed any of it, but it was just an interesting conversation because it's like
I didn't. No, I
didn't. It turns into like you guys are having an argument or a debate about a particular argument, right? And then you can tell like when they get to a place where they don't have any more arguments, it's like, okay, let's dig into your personal life to understand why you have these arguments.
So, Hood, are you married?
Yeah, like, and I understand that. Like, I'm at the point now where I don't really care about that shit no more. Like, because at the end of the day, when you log off, your life is your life. So I get that it's useful for understanding why people have certain arguments, but ultimately it doesn't really matter because when you log off, regardless of what arguments you had on YouTube, even if you won the argument, your life is your life. So if your life is shit after you log off, that's your life. Like, why should I give a fuck? Like, it's your life.
That's why I hate that shit, because like whether or not your personal life is at whatever level it is, like if your life is a shithole country, if your life algorithm is terrible, that doesn't really change the argument that you and I are having in this
Give me credit for
moment.
give me credit for that life algorithm shit, man.
Yeah, shout out to Snowman.
Yeah, the life algorithm is crazy. And then we gotta address. I mean, I don't know. Okay, like they were saying shit about like your personal life and when all that shit, which I remember that being about somebody else, and I know exactly who that person is.
Yeah,
that they were explaining.
Somebody else who cheated on their wife, and all. I'm like, I was, you know what's
Yeah,
so funny?
I know who that is. Yeah,
I was literally in the liquor store buying the liquor I'm drinking right now. I was on a whole other mission, and y'all was trying to blame me for somebody else's bodies, bro. I'm innocent. I swear to God, I'm innocent.
But here's my thing. Like, if you want to do the personal life for personal life, it's like y'all niggas are stepdaddies. So do we really want to get into the personal life bag? Like, you raising another nigga's nut.
You want to know what I've never been? A stepdaddy.
I've
I
never
have
been a
only
stepdaddy. I
ever been
refuse.
mean.
Never.
I have only ever been mean to other niggas' kids, bro.
And that's
Dude,
why I said in the
that's why I
chat.
couldn't be a stepdaddy, because I don't know how to be nice to other people's kids.
Yeah, bro. Like I said in the chat real quick, like I was like, bro, half y'all niggas are stepdaddies. So why don't we just get back to the conversation before we have to open up this
I don't
can of
even know how to
worms?
be nice to these bitches' kids, bro. I don't even
I
know what it's
don't.
like to be nice to
Where's
these
the problem,
kids,
dude?
bro.
Hey, bro. Every day you gotta
Dude,
look at.
if I can't beat you, I can't be nice to you.
Yo, you got every day you gotta
Listen.
wake up and walk around and see another nigga's fuck trophy, bro. That's a fuck trophy, bro. That's a crumb crusher, bro. Yo, you playing with another nigga save game. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to go ahead and reboot it. You can't add no attributes to it or anything because it's gonna fuck up his whole mind frame.
Just remember the best
haywire.
part of that boy. Just remember the best part of that boy you're raising went down his mommy's leg.
That's right. It's
You know
brothers
what's so
and sisters
funny?
down that
I want
leg.
to,
And her mouth too.
I
Don't
want to
get about
say
that mouth.
this. I want to say this without it being like a shot at like women in general, because it's not necessarily about that. But like, I swear to God, listen, I have 3 children. My oldest daughter, I just drove her to college last week. Like, that was a great day for me, by the way. Like, you don't even understand the good feeling I had driving my oldest daughter off to college, and now she's an adult. It's not even getting off child support, because that shit don't happen right away. But it's just the fact that she's an adult now and she's on her way to life. And that shit, we had like a great day that day, father and daughter, right? But like, real shit, I enjoy the fact that I actually got through that part of life. And now that it's over, I've never had to give my fatherly energy to anybody else's children but my own. I don't know what it is to love anyone else's children but my own. And I don't want that feeling for any of my son, because it's not a woman thing to go through. For my son, I do not want him to know what it's like to love anyone else's children but his own. If you don't have children, then so be it. It is that. I mean, that's why we have daughters. You got 2 sisters. You can be an uncle. But I don't necessarily envision stepdaddyhood for my own son, because that's not what I had for me. I made sure I suffered all of this bitch's whatever she had to throw at me so my children could all have one father.
Yeah. And being an uncle is overrated. You just like the Debbie daddy. You get forgotten and they hardly come by unless they want some money.
I get it, because you know, shit, it's easier for women to reproduce than it is for men, just in a grand scheme of things. And so, as it were, as a man, I had 2 daughters and 1 son. So I have a good shot at my genetics living on indefinitely beyond me. Now it's up to them, obviously, but you know, I did as much as I could do from where I am in life. You know, I couldn't Genghis Khan this shit, but you know, I got 3 out of them. Not a lot of niggas got 3 out of them.
Yeah, as long as none of my sons end up sucking dick, I'll be all right.
That's right.
That too.
That's
You know what I mean? I'm not worried about that at this point. I think we're pretty good. I dodged that bullet so far. But you know, sucking dick, licking pussy, and sliding down the pole, bro. Is, you know, those are like the major fears.
So far, I ain't got none doing any of those, so I'm winning.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't think I don't have no crumb crush. I don't think no one I could convince a woman to go ahead and lay down, have my spine, my little bundle with hope.
Fucking spit it out, god damn.
So look, wait, Miss O, you're not trying to, you don't want to have kids? You don't want to reproduce
I
yourself?
couldn't find a woman dumb enough to have my kids. You know, they always got smart and went to the Planned Parenthood.
Did you fund any of that?
Listen. I gotta,
or they just kind of. Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead, Hood. Go ahead. You don't
Yeah,
gotta.
I didn't want to interrupt because that was a deep question, and I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
go
like
ahead.
My younger
yeah,
brother,
you can
man.
answer if you feel like it. But
My
here's the
No,
thing.
go
Here's the
ahead.
thing. As men, it's kind of a tricky thing because you got to get the right partner, and so I think for us as men, the idea that we ever get to actually reproduce is like a little miracle in and of itself. And then beyond that, you're trying to like stack miracles, right? Because now, not only did I get a chick to reproduce with me, I'm now we have a family and we're together and we're doing all the good things. And now it's like 20, 30 years later and we're still together, like miracle on top of miracle. And so I don't necessarily try to be the guy that judges men for not achieving a series of what is effectively miracles at this point. Like it's not like it's 1900 where you can just go get you a woman, But that
And
being
trust
said,
her
right?
and love her and hope the kid is actually yours without no DNA test and all this so-called bad propaganda and find out the damn truth about women's nature. But we
A
can't go back to that
Man,
series
time.
fuck all that shit. I DNA tested
series of
mine.
miracles, bro. A series of miracles, right? And shout out to yours who passed the miracle test, But here's the thing.
I mean, you can't go
We
out
don't
and.
live in those days no more.
But I'm just saying, you can't. Let's be real. If you want to go out and snag you up whatever bitch you want, you can. You really can.
I
You just got
mean, that's on
you just
detriment.
got to deal with the repercussions of how far you want to take shit.
This is the last point I wanted to end on because I know Mr. O, you kind of opened us up to this part of the conversation.
Okay.
And the last thing I wanted to end on, and I hate to be the advice guy because, like, what the fuck do I know? But there's always the Jay Prince model, bro. You just gotta ski and retarded bitches who ain't got shit, and then sue for the baby.
See, look again. See now, look. Unfortunately, I have a higher IQ than Jay. See, that's the fucking problem right there. See,
No, listen, game is game, nigga. I don't want to hear no Jay Prince slander. You want to win or not?
I want to know when the last time it is you took an IQ test.
Fuck both of y'all. Fuck you first, and you snowman. You know what I'm saying? I know it's that Irish blood that was trying to be a little clever right there. So fuck you first. Fuck you, hood. Freeze on Lou, you cool. You know what I'm saying? But kind of like fuck you too, and definitely fuck you, nice. Right?
I'll take it. Yeah, it's cool.
Even night
It's
is
cool.
sleeping and shit. That's terrible, bro. But
Yeah, fuck him to his spirit. Fuck him. Anyway,
his theory is terrible.
Anyway, look. First of all,
retard maxing,
idiocracy.
No. That's why I said I will not have no JP slander on this channel. That nigga found the most incongruent cheat code. Like you got to move your body in ways it wasn't designed to move.
Hey, dude,
but
the best
if you can do it, it'll work.
Dude, the best part about that was at the end when he walks out. He said, "I was just pranking him." I just pranking him.
That nigga found a way, bro. That's all I'm saying. He found a way, man.
I'll say this about JP, bro. For all of his bullshit, right? JP is primitively, he has the primitive upper hand in a lot of conversations. And it's mainly because other people don't know how to argue it. JP's claim to fame is, like, don't let you be a nigga with just one kid, right? Because his thing is like, yo, I've been able to reproduce across the board,
across the country.
From a primitive perspective.
That's why I got 3 kids, because I was an asshole to one woman for long enough that she was like, I hate this nigga, but I want this nut though. And like bro, I'm telling you, there's a method to that shit, bro. These bitches are terrible, man. I'm sorry to say that shit, but it is what
that shit is diabolical, bro. But I get it.
Idiocracy was not a fucking movie. It was a documentary. See, niggas like Jay Prince. See, I want to. I guess I'm picky.
Man, we need to protect our Jay Princes. He is a fucking dude. He is a godsend to this space.
He's like the first citizen of the idiocracy era, bro. Jay Prince is like
he's the equivalent of like top tier hobo fights.
Right.
Like if you could find like the best hobo fights in the world, that's what he is.
I'm telling you what, these techies is what Jay Prince had in mind when they first created YouTube.
I'm telling you, he
For
is
real,
like,
dude. They were hoping that someone like
was
him
he
would
wearing
willingly
Crocs?
document their retarded
If Jay
life.
Prince was in the idiocracy world, he would be like a big nigga, bro. Like I couldn't
think
imagine
he
what his
is.
role would be, but he would be a somebody. That nigga would be like Bill Gates of the idiocracy world.
No, he's himself. Hood. Yo, was he wearing
No,
Crocs?
but he's himself. But imagine him in idiocracy. He would be Bill Gates, bro.
Oh yeah, but no, was he wearing Crocs when he did that fucking fake slip up in the supermarket? Because it's parallel. Nobody thought about Crocs until Idiocracy came out, bro.
You want to know what's crazy about Crocs? So Crocs.
What's going on? What's going on, Bumpkin? I was just saying we needed more white guys here. Orthodox God disappointed me earlier. I need more staunch white voices.
So Crocs specifically took off because of Idiocracy. Fun fact.
Yep.
They legitimately wanted to find a startup company, and they wanted to find a company that would create such retarded shoes for that movie. And they picked Crocs. And because of the revenue that Crocs got from Idiocracy, they blew up and everyone started watching Crocs. Once again, proving Idiocracy is a goddamn documentary.
Doesn't that make Crocs the perfect retard shoe?
Yeah, dude.
Yes, Gen Z. Like,
it's a retard shoe for a retard era. I got a pair somewhere in here. I mean, I'm preparing for the future. I'm always ready for anything.
You remember those old 3-wheeled pedal bikes that they had back in the day? Hood, are you old enough for that?
A tricycle.
Yeah, the old pedaled ones. They were for adults. They weren't for kids.
Yeah, the adult one is a trike. A child version of a tricycle.
It had a big old basket in the back of it. You know that you had to be retarded to ride those, right?
Girls had those mostly, but yeah, because girls are like girls.
If someone that wasn't retarded tried to ride it, they just ride it around in a circle. They couldn't straighten it out.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Bumpkin, you came up at like the most inopportune moment because I was gonna shut it down at 12 o'clock and it's like 12:30 now. We fell into an African time hole. I didn't even realize it was 12:30.
That's because you're on CP time.
I am. It's an African time hole.
Yeah.
There is no future until the white man. There is no future until the white man showed up. This is really African time.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It has its advantages, bro. It does have its advantages.
Colonize my time. All of a sudden, I realized, holy shit, it's getting late.
Were you born before or after the rainy season?
I might have been born during the rainy season. That's why I'm all mixed up.
How many rainy seasons have you been around?
Like 40 something.
There's been a lot of rainy seasons.
Damn,
many rainy seasons.
I've been around for like 37.
Yeah.
What happens when you don't have a rainy season?
You don't age. You live ultimately, and you might die.
Well, that's not
you
true.
You live indefinitely. Shut up, white man. You don't know nothing about the rainy season. This knows where you're from.
Hey, Prince? He said that he didn't celebrate his birthday, and he did look young as fuck, man, when he died. But he still died at what, like 50 something?
But Bumpkin, it would have been hilarious to have you here for the African time portion. Like I've retouched this like twice tonight.
Time portion. What
you don't know what African time is? Oh, holy shit! Am I about to educate a white man?
They have no concept of time.
Oh, colored people time.
Holy shit! No. It's
their time is based more along the lines of events that occur.
Yeah.
As opposed to like linear abstract time.
Right. It's kind of looking at a more primitive civilization, right? They go off of events that have happened. That's
you know what? You know what's wild is everybody.
Have you seen this girl?
Well, hold on, Hood.
Lately, Bumpkin.
Hold on, Hood, because I want to point out what I find
That's
interesting is everybody that you brought this up to, when you talk to them about it, they have said that it's a primitive way of telling time. And you had a hard time getting the last panel you were on to understand how that was primitive.
Well, not even panel. That was this panel. I had a hard time getting the last guest to talk about this shit. Every time, you notice, every time I played a clip of the African girl talking about time, this nigga started talking about the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, he
bro.
was stuck on a weird American version of African time. Like, this nigga lives in the Zamani forever.
Yo, Nightish.
Nah,
He's
he
still
out,
asleep,
bro.
by the
It's
way.
not gonna happen.
Dude,
It's not
he's
gonna
not
happen,
out.
bro.
He's
Yeah,
not out. He's laying there quietly clipping.
he don't
Yeah,
know
it's
that
not gonna
shit.
happen.
That too.
It's not gonna happen.
I'm on at
But yo,
least
I'm
my
finna
lady
drop down.
Look,
But
there he
I
is. There
definitely
he is. There he is.
act like I'm
whoa.
ain't nobody spending no mother
Told you.
money.
Told you.
Oh,
Respect.
okay. Never mind. I'm here.
Oh,
Fuck
shit.
that.
He
Go ahead,
waiting on
Nadish. You
the
got it,
tail
bro.
end.
Cook, bro.
Shout out to the motherfucking shout outs. If you want to
Shout out to you, bro.
You got shout out. Are you
Yeah.
streaming, Nightish?
What do you mean am I streaming?
Is your channel open?
Yes, I think so.
I haven't seen no chain links in the
I don't
comments.
see it on my end. Yeah, I don't see it on my end.
Oh no, I'm not simulcasting.
Yeah, that's what I meant. No,
Nah,
so
we'll,
shout
we'll
out to
definitely hear it tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought you had your own shout outs. Maybe I guess when I wake up in the morning, because I gotta go to sleep, I'm way up past my bedtime. But I'll hear it on your channel tomorrow.
Dude, I hope
you
you
fell
didn't spend
asleep
money.
and we talked about you like a black nigga dog, bro. It's terrible. We said all kind of awful shit about you. You're gonna hate it
We
later
did,
when you
dude.
listen to it tomorrow.
Man, why are you guys bullying Bob? I didn't say any of that shit. Not Bob. Sorry.
Well, because he
Nightish.
wasn't asleep. You know, look, as a white guy, you understand what happens when you're the first guy to fall asleep, bro.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on,
Oh
don't do
yeah.
that to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I sleep with
What
the
do you
Baby
say as
Craig
a white
and
guy going to sleep? What do y'all do to each other? I know y'all draw penises on
White
each other.
guys are vicious to each other.
Man.
Listen, they do all kind of horrible jokes. The
That's why I
penis thing,
sleep with a
everything
gun.
is.
That's why I sleep with the gun.
Yeah, it's not even for the niggas. It's for his white friends.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to draw a dick on my face? All right. Say goodbye to kneecaps. Say goodbye to kneecaps. Like,
and all the time we thought niggas were terrible. You see what I mean? This is why we have this is why you have to have white friends, so you understand reality isn't just what happens in Niggerville. You know, African
I'm sorry,
time
but
isn't the
niggas
only
are
time.
terrible.
But
Hood
I'll tell you a story, right? My grandfather was a biker, okay? His one biker
Fucking
friend fell
bikers,
asleep
oh,
when they're on a road trip, okay? They legitimately hoisted this man's entire fucking Harley into a tree. All right? High as fuck into a tree. And then they were next to a pond. They grabbed a blow-up mattress. They placed him on the blow-up mattress and set him to sail while still sleeping into the middle of the lake. Funniest shit ever, dude.
that's like a Viking
That is pretty funny, dude. I watched this Proby dude for this one bike club. We was at this rally. It was called Wetzel, and that what they made this kid do. They made him put on a gimp mask. He was probating. He put on a gimp mask. They made him get naked with a fucking blow up doll, riding bitch on his fucking bike and ride around the inside of that fucking festival.
Oh wow!
You see, Nightish. All we did was just say some words about you. You see what happens when white folk fall asleep around each other? Don't fall asleep no more, Nightish. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, that was diabolical. Damn.
Well, dude, that's what happens when you're a probie for a bike club. You pretty much are at the mercy of whatever anybody wants to tell you to do if you want to get in.
Was he with the real 1%ers though? Because he ain't one with the real 1%ers. I ain't trying to join that club. That's a humiliation ritual right there.
I mean, if you're doing it for 1%er, I get that because that's like a whole other thing. But I'm not doing that for no weekend warrior bullshit,
bro.
Do you hear me?
Nah, these were real bikers, bro.
This is what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna haze me, we got to be about some murder. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Of that magnitude, bro. No, man.
Look, real shit. Nah. All jokes aside, real shit. If I gotta go through that type of shit, I want to know that we're in a murder for hire brotherhood. Because other than that, y'all niggas on some bullshit. I should kill you.
I'll go join the Masons or something like that before I do.
I tell you, that shit go against my principles, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not doing this for nothing. I'm not doing this to be your buddy. We're doing this to be gangsters, bro. I want to hear that shit. Anyway, look, we gonna wrap this up, bro. It got too dark. It got too dark.
Yeah.
Fell asleep.
Hey, I'm gonna drop down, but Yeah, man. I got a couple streams lined up. We're gonna discuss more philosophical philosophy and fuckery is what I kind of want on my channel for the live streams. Uh,
Philosophy and fuckery. I like that.
Yeah, I might
yeah,
join
bro.
you live for some of that.
So I
Hold on.
might go live tomorrow, and I tell you what the title is already. The title is "Nothing is Given, Everything is Rented: The Lie of Guaranteed Freedom." So
I hope I've given you some clip worthy material over the last couple of days or weeks or whatever since the last time you started cutting clips, because it is my hope that I give clips to the world, and I like that you cut clips out of the shit.
I'm actually working on a compilation of hood clips.
absolutely, and I've been doing like I've been doing watch parties where I just like play instead of like editing a clip together. I'll just play a clip, like go live and literally record the stream. Now I know people, intellectual property, whatever. I don't consider this intellectual, so
Yeah,
But is it property? But is it property? That's the
Yeah.
question. Is it property?
These niggas don't even know what the white man's time is. They haven't colonized time yet. They don't even know what that shit is.
nah. Once you break a nigga off with some bread, they don't really care. That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, they don't care about
You know what I'm saying?
colonization.
That's the business. That's the business side. But
Nobody cares about colonization if they're getting paid right. That's a good lesson learned.
correct.
That's true. That's true. By the way, time doesn't exist. Fun fact.
Yeah, it's
So-
a human. It's a social construct.
Don't start with that. That's too white man advanced. I was just getting on Nightish for not acknowledging that the white man has colonized days, hours, and minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right. But now that you've done that, you went on to be like, "Well, time doesn't exist, nigga."
Well,
Shut up.
me-
You didn't get to that yet.
I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Let me explain it to you, Hood. Okay, let me explain it to you. Right, time doesn't exist. Therefore, we literally created time so we could conquer time. So if you are a civilization that does not have the concept of time and you just wait for events to happen, then you are yourself very easily conquerable. You know what I'm saying? Like you just wait for events to happen. You don't conquer time itself. You didn't create something to conquer it. You wait for events to happen. Kind of like
I like that. We created a system just so we could beat the system.
Yeah, exactly.
We created time.
You ever been lost in the woods?
Every day.
You ever been lost in the woods? And
No, I haven't.
I've never been lost in the woods either. People get lost in the woods, right? And the first thing they tell people is create a landmark, right? Like cut a knot in a tree or something. Create a landmark so you know where you're at all times. That's kind of like civilizations that don't have the concept of time. They're lost in the woods. They wait for events to happen. They have no idea what the fuck's going on. Sorry.
I don't know how you get lost in the woods.
Fucking white guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here.
So
the time has been colonized by the white man, and we're gonna end it now on the white man's time. Shout out to Darth Bumpkin for giving us that last final explanation, that visual metaphor of the white man's time. Africans don't get lost in the woods. They just sit under a tree and wait for something to happen.
Yeah, wait for the rain, bro.
Yeah, that's African time until the white man showed up. It was raining, then it was hot, then it was raining, then it was hot, then it was raining, and then the white man showed up. I'll talk to you guys later, man.